Well, hello everyone. Up next is going to be Spyro free, 117% by Nerf. There's going to be a lot of voices, a lot of faces in the call. It's going to be Jeremy, Nerf, and Cameron most likely. It's going to be a cozy run. It's going to be 3 hours long, so grab a hot cup of cocoa, get yourself in bed, and relax for a few hours. After that, we're going to have some Spyro Orange, which is a handheld game, so it doesn't get as much love as the rest of the series, but it still deserves it in my opinion. And we're gonna have some more Spyro 2 after that. Currently, we're just waiting for them to get set up, so it should be in like... Well, there you go. Hello, Nerf.
Hello.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yep.
Yep, you guys can count it down, and Phoenix will start the counter.
Can we do SDA so I'm more likely to hit my estimate?
Sure.
Okay, I'll start the game now then. I'll let you know when I'm
go
ready.
ahead. Are you prepared?
Time already started anyway. Sorry, bud.
Wow.
Okay. Yep, sure. Good luck, Nerf. Have fun, guys.
See ya.
Thank you.
Yep.
Alright, so I guess I'm back, hopefully with less thunderbolts right next to my house this time. Welcome to gem collecting, and not as many tricks.
A lot of tricks.
Yeah,
Press
but,
square, and you can charge. Did you know that?
yeah, but,
Just-
you know, per capita. You know what I'm trying to say.
How did TeamViewer just kick me out? That's rude.
I don't know. Is the stream over already?
Yeah, it's done. Dunzo.
Alright, good. I'll catch you guys next year.
So come on, Nerf. Let's see. Talk about 117. What's going on?
I'm getting a proxy actually, so it's a pretty good start. That one you kind of have to go full blind, because to get around that wall quickly you want to hug it, so you can't exactly see where you're going. Something happened. No, alright. Cam's just confused the amazing gameplay he's witnessing.
Yeah, that's true. I'm actually a 117 like expert.
Yeah. I was considering asking, well no, I did actually ask Rex. He has a 530, you know, he's highly prowessed at this game, but unfortunately he could not attend. I was hoping to only get the finest runs of this game, so yeah. So naturally I settled for the, some of the intermediate options, like JT.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think there was something wrong with my headphones for the first couple minutes.
It's no problem.
There we go. There's a real expert at the game.
It's just unfortunate that the viewers are unaware of how proxies work. And they're eternally clueless now.
You
It's
just
unfortunate that I talked for like a minute without recognizing that no one was being able to hear me.
I could have just been ignoring you, you know, that's not good.
No, that's why I was
yeah, we
unsure.
both were just ignoring you. Sorry.
Well, no, I go on calls with Nerf sometimes, and he ignores me for like a good 5 minutes, and so I'm used to just I keep talking until he listens to me or I get bored.
Fake news?
Yeah, okay. So anyway, compared to the other categories that you've seen, any percent needs 19 eggs, 0 gems, 100 egg needs 100 eggs, 0 gems. This category needs 150 eggs and 20,000 gems. So, big difference. You have to collect a lot. Yeah.
How do you remember that all, Nerf?
A lot of last second remembering. It's like a computer, you know? It's only loading exactly what it needs to know. In fact, I didn't even mean computer, I meant like a console. It only loads one level at a time, right? So my brain. it's a mad scramble every time I have to get to a new point.
For 100 egg and any percent, yeah, there are no required gems and no forced gems. So technically you could finish. Like, we do finish with gems in both categories, but you don't need to.
Yeah, gems are more of a you collect them because they look nice sort of thing.
Yeah. There are categories like that. The minimum completion categories. No one really runs them though.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not part of nobody. I've run minimum completion.
Oh, okay. You're special.
Yeah. A little bit. Get bored easily.
I think you've ever tried.
It's not bad. There's one gem in Sheila that it's random whether it falls off the edge or not, and if it falls off the edge, you collect it automatically. So that's kind of annoying. But everything else is, I mean, there's the weird gem in Cloud Spires, and there's a gem that you have to dodge specifically in Seashell. Otherwise, it's just normal stuff. Just take damage early and then avoid them.
So now we're Tony Hawk Underground.
Yep. Which, even though I didn't like this challenge as a kid, I liked Tony Hawk Underground.
I thought you said, were gonna say you didn't like Tony Hawk Underground. I was about to roast you.
No. I liked Pro Skater 2, but I did not like the skateboarding in this game. I don't really know why.
I had Tony Hawk Underground, and I got mad at my brother one time. We were playing with Nerf guns in the backyard, and he hit me with one, and I got mad and threw a bicycle tire at him. And then he told my mom. And I went upstairs, and I was mad at my mom, so I kicked a chair, and my toe got broken really badly. And she thought that I was faking, and so she, because I was like screaming on the ground because my toe was broken, and she picked up my Tony Hawk Pro Skater disc. She's like, "You're faking." She just snapped it in half and made me walk downstairs. And then I took my sock off, and my toe was so mangled, it was disgusting. And I was crying. I was like, "Mom, I think we need to go to the hospital." She's like, "We probably do. Your toe is probably broken. That's what you get." And then we went to the hospital, and they had to reset it, and it hurt a lot.
Wow.
Alright.
The most sad part of the story is your Tony Hawk disc is broken.
Right? No, that's what I rubbed in her face too. It's like, I broke my toe and you broke my disc. That's not fair. I got two things broken.
It's a good game, man. You missed out.
I played Tony Hawk Underground too. It was good.
That's a good game. You can be Shrek in that game.
Can you actually?
Yes.
Nice.
Cheat code, I'm assuming.
No, you unlock him.
Oh.
You beat the story mode and you unlock him.
Well then.
Did I get a new copy? No, I didn't.
American Wasteland was better than Thug. Yeah, we can ban this guy if you want. I don't know
Not
if
a whole
there's
tire.
Spyrothon
Well,
mods in here, but welcome to ban him for bad opinions.
there was a bicycle tire waffle, so it was super light.
This has been a surprisingly good start.
Yeah, Sunnyville is pretty difficult relative to other levels in Sunrise, right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's what Wed said, so I'm just taking him at his word.
Yeah, I'm being serious.
Okay. Oh, for sure. I thought it was, yeah, sure, as in like a sarcastic.
Oh, no.
You can never
Pretty
tell
sure.
with Nerf.
That is true. I think Sheila and Cloud are pretty free. Molten's a little bit up there. Seashell's... I don't know, I don't think Seashell's too much of a thing. It's like moderate.
What about Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 for the PS4? That's a pretty good game, right?
Never played it.
Yeah, I haven't
Good.
played past Pro Skater 2.
Really?
Hmm.
3 is great.
I haven't ever had Pro Skater 2. I was actually kind of interested in Tony Hawk because friend of mine picked it up as like a speed game, but then he
It's
stopped
okay.
streaming for a
Some of
while.
them are pretty cool speed games.
Yeah.
They're, like, pretty insane.
It's like one of those games that as a kid, I was like, obsessed with like grinding to like 1,000,000 points on a stage, which I mean,
Yeah.
wouldn't be very hard these days if you know tech, but still, it's fun.
This is an interesting side area in that the route that you use is faster than Task's route. It was discovered after the task, right?
Yes, I believe. I want to say Dom put this in or Paso, one of them. I know Dom had a few ideas and eventually like one of them made it in. It might have been like a joint edit.
So the real question is, why are you cooking like M&Ms here?
M&Ms?
Yeah. They look like M&Ms to me.
I've never heard anyone call them M&Ms.
Well, that's what they look like to me. That's what I see.
They're supposed to be sunglasses. Oh, suns with sunglasses. See how funny that is?
They're M&Ms.
Alright, buddy. I suppose you'll just have to go without their, the sunlight they create for you. You can insult them.
I'm glad that the sun exists.
Yeah, it's pretty useful.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though?
What?
Because of the way light travels, if anything were to happen to the sun, it would take us 8 minutes to notice.
So you have time. Well, just prepare, right?
No, because we won't
Get
know.
all that preparation in there. Be like, oh, let's go
Really?
for
Oh.
our emergency. The sun is gone.
They need it anyway. I mean, speedrunners don't get much sun as it is, so.
I get plenty of sun.
Nerf, when's the last time you got any sun?
Today.
Oh.
Oh, shocking, isn't it?
It's a classic case of your stereotypes being misconceptions.
Yeah, I guess so. I would just think Nerf would be the one person that just hasn't seen sun in like a month.
Well, most days, you know, would be accurate.
So is the thunderstorm that you had, is it like a summer thunderstorm then? So the weather has been good? I don't know how weather works in Australia, because it's or in
Yeah,
New
okay.
Zealand, but you know what I mean. Like you have different seasons than here. You have all the wrong ones.
They're just inversed. So
Yeah,
it's,
so
it's winter for us now.
Yeah.
Or is it autumn? I actually don't know.
It's I think it's winter for us now.
No.
It's getting there.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? It's exactly what I said.
Yeah,
No.
We just went through our cold seasons. You give me some Mandela effect here.
Oh, winter is our cold season.
Yeah?
Yeah, winter is our cold season, yeah.
What's the problem?
Apparently it's spring for you, Nerf. You need to... Maybe
Yeah,
you
I
need to
told
go
you Nerf
outside.
doesn't go
Oh,
outside.
yeah,
I mean, I
sorry.
just saying
Wait,
that.
did I say it was my one?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, no, that's... Ours just ended. Sorry, that's what I meant.
So when's the last time you actually been outside? Be honest with us.
Yeah.
No, it was
It's,
today.
You don't even know what
it's all
season
coming
it
out
is?
now. Hmm.
It was today because there was there's a door to the underneath the house and it was loose and there's like nothing attaching it. So
This
it
sounds
would-
made up to me, doesn't it? Doesn't it
No.
to you, Cam?
when the wind's like going hard, it starts banging really loudly like all day, and so
Yeah.
I found a cable to tie the door shut.
Uh-huh.
It was really annoying
Uh-huh.
because I'd be trying to sleep right and then you just get woken up by it's just loud whack.
Yeah, of course.
I can get pictures if you need it. I actually couldn't find anything to, you know, lock it up with that would be reliable. So I just found an old, what are they called, like the multi-box adapters, you know, for your plug.
I have no idea.
You don't know?
Oh,
Like the
wait, no, I think I
surge
do.
protectors
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So I had one of those, and I found one. Hold on, I found one that wasn't working, and I just cut the cable off that and just tied the door downstairs with it.
I see. So something that wasn't explained in any of the other, maybe White explained it, but the way we get out of bounds when we have Superfly in this homeworld, we use a Superfly jump, which is essentially like you use your flap to carry the momentum into a charge, and then get out of the entrance and then go around to the out of bounds, and then you can get out of bounds and then swim. It's pretty easy there. It's actually a really free swim right there. The trigger is really lenient.
I'm sorry, I forgot this actual gameplay happening.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll bring it back every once in a while.
I think it's good that I autopilot, honestly, because I was expecting this to be really scuffed run.
Yeah.
And so far, it hasn't been. It's been pretty good.
I've seen better, but
Well, so I should like 1080 at this point. I think I forgot something.
Gems?
Yeah, I'm missing 15, so I forgot an area. I'm not sure. Did I leave the other levels with full gems?
I have no idea. I'll check from now on, I guess. But that doesn't really help with the current situation.
Yeah. I'm guessing it may have been either the 15, like where Hunter is, for some reason, if I didn't do that, or in Cloud. Because I had the right count coming out of Sunny. Leaving Cloud? Okay. I trust Shen.
why would you do that? Run Spyro 1.
No? Well, there's two Shanks.
Yeah.
This is a
I
Shank
know.
with numbers. Oh, he runs... Oh, I get a number for 117.
I get him confused all the time. I don't know which one's which. They're both the same to me.
Okay, well the numbers 1 definitely runs 117. Something in Cloud. What would I have forgotten in Cloud? I honestly can't think of it.
How many do you think you forgot?
15.
15. What's that most likely? Like a 10 and a 5? Rather than like 3 5s or some combination of low jumps?
I guess so. Like, usually the one I forget is... It's called the one... When you talk to the end of the level guy, and there's some movement you do before going up to the bell tower. That's where I usually do it, but I definitely went there. I remember it.
I mean, I guess you'll find out at the end if you're missing any gems, huh?
Well, I definitely am. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll just teleport. I assume JT's like looking through it now, though.
Yeah. Well, you know what assuming does.
Take some ass out of you.
Yeah, I don't even know what to look for in terms of missed gems. I mean, gems that you don't pick up. But I'm not good at looking in 117. One thing that's interesting about this category is that Sunrise is played differently, more tightly than the other homeworlds, because there are Sparks power-ups after you beat the Sparks levels, and the one that you get rewarded with after Sunrise Spring is a Sparks extender. And so until then you have to play with a very limited Sparks range, but once you get it, you're allowed to be a lot looser with your routing, because the gems come in from farther away.
Nice proxy, bro.
Thanks, man. Hopefully redeeming myself a little from the 100 egg race.
As long as you get a good sorceress, I'll be happy.
Honestly, I think I kind of lost a little investment after Waterfall.
Yeah.
It's okay, I think you did well enough though for the both of us.
I think I did?
Yeah.
I did okay. The only difference between our runs was the waterfall. We would have been pretty much even if you got it the first try.
Well, I game over in Lost League. And, okay, well, I guess that's a big thing. Found some tricks, of course, but who didn't?
Hello, Spyro.
I'm looking through this right now. I'm gem hunting. If anyone in chat wants to do it too, then I probably won't find the gems, so you should find them.
Yeah, well, gem hunt. You're not missing much anyway. Sergeant Bird sucks.
Yeah, we'll put a bounty on it. Whoever finds where I missed a gem, you can get your name shouted out in chat. Wow,
Yeah.
amazing. Exciting.
Should go on stream.
We'll even tell people to use Twitch Prime on your channel.
Not that anybody will.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
Alright, no gems missed so far.
You didn't check Sunny, did you?
No, I thought you said Cloud Spires.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Sunny is 100% correct, like there's no problem about that.
You can check Sony if you want, though.
Yeah, maybe I'm misleading you. Maybe I don't want JT to get the shout out. Can't let this guy become famous.
I need the shout out. I need it.
Yeah, I mean, you need the fame, right?
Yeah.
Take this. Well, that's.
Oops, I don't know why I tried to do that. I tried to turn right there. What you're gonna do is run forward.
I mean, you wanted to read the sign, right?
Apparently. And then skip it immediately. Okay, well that first damage abuse was intentional, but the second one was just,
You sucking.
yeah, I can start a jump.
Yeah, those are your fault, man. Come on.
It's only because the first one is, just barely not, close enough to get in. Even with a hover, so... I just think taking the damage boost there and then gliding over is a little bit faster than hovering. Yeah, thanks, Ben. Is it still... Is it still swim?
Talk about smooth, right?
That's some great timing. Oh, it's even better. I don't think I've ever died like that before. So it's
Never happened before.
in a marathon. Oh my god. Can I get in the GDQ highlight, please?
Yeah, of course.
It should be all the gems, right? It's not. Okay, I did die, so maybe I'm something back here. No? Okay, I'll just get it later then.
I didn't see any missed gems. It doesn't mean that they weren't missed, but I don't know. I'm flummoxed.
It's a mystery.
Flummoxed.
JT, no big word.
Ah. You don't hear that one very often.
Can you enlighten us with your vocabulary some more?
Yeah, I'll do it throughout the run.
Yeah, I haven't had an English lesson in a while.
Give us one right now.
A word?
No, a very formal and intelligent sentence.
Can't put me on the spot like that.
And it has to be about Spyro 3. Like, you have to talk like that while describing what's going on the screen.
Spyro 3.
Mushroom Speedway. It has to be about Mushroom Speedway.
No thanks. I'm not even supposed to be up right now. Nerf contracted me to commentate very late.
What
You
is your
said
favorite?
you were not very tired.
Yeah, I was just trying to help my friend out.
Is he paying you well?
Yeah. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna ask for stuff afterward and soon.
Maybe I'll give you some wild gold.
I have plenty.
You do not. Not compared to me.
Yeah. Cameron, do you think this is fair? So Nerf asked me to start a WoW account, and he started a new one with me as well. And I have a bunch of gold because I skin things like I should and then sell the leather. And then he has an account that he's had forever, and he just has a bunch of gold on that. He's like, I'm gonna transfer it to my account. That's not fair.
I didn't actually do that.
That sounds like a nerd thing to do.
I said I wouldn't do that for those characters. It was gonna be like a proper playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
I do it for my other character though.
Yeah.
How many characters do you have there?
I got one of every class, but I don't play them all. Just just stab them. So I'm actively playing 3 right now.
So in this challenge, you have to be a little bit careful. The hitboxes of the rings extend a little beyond what they visually look like they're a little larger than they appear. But if you miss one, you have to do the whole race over again, and so you can do this minutes at a time. Yeah. But Nerf plays them pretty confidently because he's played them a billion times. So
Yeah. Really, the only thing that's tricky, stays tricky for like forever, is the second ring after you start a new lap. Well, I guess that's the first ring of a new lap. Kind of a tight jump. Well, if you want to get the most out of it. You can take it kind of safe, but then again, there's varying levels of safe throughout the speedway.
that's a good point,
Yes.
Fireman. In many cases, it's faster to detour a little bit to get a charge jump rather than just fly straight through all the rings. So you'll see Nerf do that a lot when he's doing the races, just detouring to touch down so you can get a charge jump because the charge speed's way faster than the gliding speed.
Yep. A small thing there. You can give up the challenge once you have everything and it'll still count as completion. Although, depending on what you end on, there's going to be potentially a home in time for the gem, so you don't want to end challenge before the gem homes in, such as that one. But if you're on Honey Speedo, for example, and you end the challenge on a honeycomb, where it just instantly gives it to you, you can give up straight as you touch it.
Ah, it's my favorite challenge.
Yeah.
You guys play this in Reignited?
Well, casually, but not speed.
It's pretty good, right?
I don't know. I don't remember what the people.
It's awful. It feels like shit.
Well, in the original, it's very fun at least when it goes well. Which, in my scuffed practice run, like more scuffed than this run, I actually got 7 out of 7. I was surprised.
Fun fact, this egg is nearly fast enough for 100 egg.
Nearly?
Fortunately, loading times.
Yeah.
Adding in a whole extra level just for
When's
winning.
loadless?
In loadless, it would be faster, but including loading times, it would be
Time to,
almost good enough.
time to get
We-
modern and go loadless like the rest of us.
We mentioned, what's it called? We mentioned 100 egg and I immediately almost just ignored gems and went to Siege. Like a sleeper agent for 100 egg right now. That's all I've been playing.
You're chomping at the bit for redemption.
I'm gonna be a little sad over that race for a while.
I mean, to be honest, it's just waterfall. Like, I could do the math if it made you feel better, but I'm pretty sure you would have beaten me. I'm positive actually. If we remove your waterfall fails and then convert loads, then your time is better than mine. So.
If you made less mistakes than me, I would have won.
No, it's one very specific one. You know what I mean. I'm reassuring you. You should be thankful.
I don't
Yeah,
need your pity.
he's being a good friend right now.
I don't need your pity.
I'm trying to pull you up by your bootstraps so you do well in this race.
Okay, boo.
Who's he racing here?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, he's racing me. I'm playing alongside him.
It's lucky, right?
No, the original.
I don't think you've ever done a 117 right?
No. This is my first time.
Alright. Where are you at?
trying to think of a level like way ahead of you, but I can't even think of any Spyro 3 names.
Just say Dynamite.
Dynamite? Yeah, that's right.
Nice, you're pretty good.
Yeah, a lot better than you, buddy. This game is easy.
You're not wrong.
I like the story for this level. They're a bunch of SEAL friends that decide to like revolt by joyriding a submarine and then crashing it into the wall, and then they all get put in jail. You have to save them.
Yeah, I think Tilt's video is canon as well.
What?
The Tilt's video?
What Tilt's video?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm sure he can clue you in on that after the run.
Alright, at Tilt's Trilby, send me a message. The lore for each level. I should look it up on the wiki, even though the wiki is not even official. I have a strategy guide somewhere, but I don't open it because I.
You do? Is it on Game Pass?
What official strategy guide? As on
you
the
missed the
official
robotic.
ones. In my robotic right now.
Not anymore. You're just impersonating your favorite song, right?
I'm not worried about it.
It's a good life lesson. If you don't like someone, just blow their house up.
True.
There are actually a few different crashes that can happen during this cutscene. Not during 117, I don't think. But during 100 Egg, you see them sometimes for the people that still do the challenge.
Yeah, this game just crashed a lot in general.
There are a lot of crashes, but there are only a few of them that happen semi-regularly in runs, and they're avoidable. I think all of them, except for like there's one PST, the specific one, and we don't know why it happens, but it does. Like one out of every 100 times you enter Bluto.
Don't you open the disc tray for some of them or something?
For the cutscene crashes, yeah.
Oh, you mean
if you're on
cutscenes. Right.
Yeah, if you're on Spyro, if you're on FDS on PS2, and the game crashes during a cutscene, which it does pretty frequently, especially in the beginning, the introductory cutscenes, you can open the disc tray and then close it again, and it corrects it. Doesn't work with other crashes, only the cutscene ones.
Oh. See, I know a little something, right?
Yeah.
It's good, don't worry.
What's the next top prediction in CRU for? It's not how it works. When you have a gift like I do, Seeker, you have to use it sparingly because you get fatigued, and you can't force it either. Like you have to feel it. There are right moments to predict things. There are wrong moments to predict things. It reminds me of in Harry Potter 5 when Umbridge is doing the staff what's it called? Assessments, and with Trelawney.
The owls.
Yeah, and she's forcing the teachers to try to perform, and Trelawney especially, and Trelawney just does a bunch of predictions about like death and stuff, but obviously they're just BS. But then she actually has real predictive powers as well. But she's trying to force the issue.
She's just trying not to get fired.
Yeah. So I don't have a job on the line right now, so I'm not gonna humor you by betraying my gift. Thank you very much.
Speaking of Harry Potter, can you tell us why you like Goblet of Fire so much?
Yeah, okay. No. Can you believe, by the way, that Nerf and I had watched the first 6 Harry Potter movies together, and then we had waited like 2 years where I had said to him many times, let's finish it up, we're so close, and he'd be like, no, I'm not feeling it. And then this week, when I told him, I was like, oh, I might have time to practice in the call on Wednesday for the 100 Egg race. So then Tuesday night, he's like, let's watch Harry Potter Part 7. Or Harry Potter 7 Part 1. Wednesday night, he's like, let's watch Harry Potter 7 Part 2. And then when we got in a call to practice, he tried to get me to watch a 26-minute video instead of practicing.
And I still lost.
Put too much energy into trying to prevent me from practicing. You should have been practicing waterfall swim, apparently.
So
True
you
words
guys
of
only seen the
Aaron's
movies, huh?
What was that?
He's really into the books and shit, but not me.
Yeah. So you're lame. So the books are where to go.
That's
Yeah.
what I've heard. I was considering reading because I haven't been a reader for over 10 years, so I was thinking maybe it would be a good excuse to read again. But I don't know.
No, it's a good series. Shout out to J.K. Rowling if she's in here.
She might be in here. Big shout out.
Yeah, we do, Tooper. Just write them in chat and Nerf will get them later.
What am I doing?
Tooper found one of the gems.
Oh shit.
And he gets a shout out afterwards, so you need to prepare for that.
I'm gonna shut him out now, I'm gonna forget.
We're waiting. You can shut him out anytime.
He hasn't put the gems in yet. He's
Oh.
allegedly found all the gems.
Allegedly. So,
Oh, then it's true, he could be lying.
yeah, he could just be lying for the notoriety.
It is true.
Spyro.
So yeah, the Sparks levels don't open up until after you beat the homeworld boss.
Hello, Spyro.
And you also have to have the previous Sparks levels beaten. And so, in this case, Nerf exits Buzz instead of going on to Midday Gardens, so you can get the
I think
Sparks
this
power
is
up.
stupid. That you can just climb the wall like that? That's pretty dumb.
Yep.
Yeah, do you want to explain that one, Nerf?
Yeah. So, if you just wedge yourself up against the wall, and well, there's a few slightly different methods, but that method is just holding the shoulder button and then just repeatedly pressing your desired direction into the wall. And for most surfaces, if they are angled correctly, you would just be able to go straight up.
You wanna know something about these levels in Reignited? If you turn up your FPS, you do more damage.
Okay.
So that's what you do in the run, I believe. You just like go up to 60 or whatever, and you do more damage. Well, if you go up even more, like you uncap it, you just like kill them like really fast.
And it's
That's-
already faster than original, even on PS4. Spark Levels and Reignited were actually probably one of my favorite parts of the experience, if not my favorite. I think they were just done
Yeah,
really
Spyro
well.
levels are pretty fun in Reignited. Yeah, they're cool.
Not that I don't like them in this one, but I think SRT ones are actually more fun.
Yeah. They're one of the things I like the most about Spyro 3 actually, is these levels are pretty fun.
In Jack, yeah, there are dragons in Spyro and dragons in Harry Potter, so I don't think that can be a coincidence, to be honest.
Specifically Harry Potter 4, so
Yeah.
that explains
JD's
it.
favorite movie.
It's your favorite movie?
No, it's not. They have, I don't like the haircuts, and I don't like any of the female characters in Harry Potter 4.
Whoa!
Oh,
Okay.
man.
No, the portrayal of the females. They
2019,
sound so.
dude.
Oh, come on. No, they make them so whiny and dependent. It's like a. It's reductive.
What don't you like about the haircuts? You
I
could stick-
saw
in that
myself.
movie, you could stick Harry in like scene band or something.
Yeah.
You could put
Let's
him
stick most characters into one.
Yeah.
So, when you said reductive, I thought you were going to say that that one spell. Was it reductor?
Reducto, yeah. No, my favorite Harry Potter movie is
Okay, Dread.
It's 3.
I'm gonna
Thanks for
go
your
first
answer.
or sixth. First or sixth.
6.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a wrong opinion. Sorry.
Because I don't like Michael Gambon did it a lot worse in the first Dumbledore. So at least in that one he died.
Wow, man.
No spoilers, but no, but I do like. I felt that the sixth movie in theaters at least.
They
was
had
really
a crap. They added
Like, it
things
did
that
a-
didn't even happen in the book to the sixth movie. I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, I have a problem with like the comedic relief in a lot of the recent action movies, like in a lot of the Marvel movies. But they did it really well in Harry Potter 6, I think.
What the hell? Have you seen that before, kid? JT?
I don't know. I'll tell you in a second.
That's such a weird swing. What's the thing? I don't,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm doing the 100 egg way. So you haven't seen that?
Not recently. I don't think so. I don't think I've seen. No, I have good opinions on Harry Potter. I do.
What's your favorite book?
Book. Hold on, let me think about this.
Love them all equally.
No.
The only two correct choices are 3 or 5. So I mean, you could choose either one.
Well, my problem with 5, my brother and I used to listen to Harry Potter audiobooks on cassette by Jim Dale. Shout out to Jim Dale if he's in here. And the cassettes broke very easily, and one of the ones that broke was this chapter where Umbridge is like at the height of her power in Hogwarts, and it's just so boring. It's terrible to read. It's like a 1.5 chapter section, and we always had to go into the book and read that when we were going to the book. It was just bad. Like it jaded my impression of the book as a whole because I always had to read the most boring section.
So, I've had
No, what's weird, Dact, they had Jim Dale do it. I think Stephen Fry sounded to English for Americans, but Jim Dale's English too. But he's also like he's way better. I've listened to the Stephen Fry version for Harry Potter 1. Didn't like it as much.
Why don't you just read it?
Dude, imagine
We were listening to it when we
English.
went to bed.
imagine speaking English as your main language, and selling it's 2 English words.
Yeah, you know, put a 1 in chat for Light Mode Discord, everyone. 2 in chat for Dark Mode.
Some post said 2 for me. And just put 2 twos. You are a Discord, the dark one, right?
If I see any 1s, I'm banning you.
I know Dact is a 1, so he's probably gonna be silent.
It looks so stupid. Like it's not even like all light. Like half of it is light, and then the left side is contrast is terrible. It hurts my eyes.
Who was it that, like, semi-recently kind of screwed up their light mode? Was it Discord?
It was Twitch.
Twitch.
Twitch still looks ugly.
Well, Twitch kind of screwed up in general. Like, I changed all my fonts and stuff back with FSE, so I
Me
forgot
too.
about it.
But Twitch
But-
still looks bad. Never fixed it. Nobody likes it. They didn't fix it. Guess we're just used to this crap now.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Someone changed their light theme, and, like, even regular light theme users didn't like it anymore. So,
Speedrun.com did it. Like, around.
Oh, yeah, no, that looked bad.
Yeah, it looked really bad. It made it default too. Like, just go on and be blinded
that-
by by light. It was terrible.
No, it was definitely speedrun.com because I didn't like it, and I usually am just fine with default settings on everything. So
that was like a year ago now, though, wasn't it?
That
I'm
was
thinking
around that
more
shitty
recent.
queue. That was like in the summer.
Maybe then. I don't know. Like I can't even recall myself, so I'm not gonna die on this hill.
You don't know the seasons though, so I can't say that to you.
Yeah.
something that wasn't mentioned in any of the other runs that I heard at least was Sergeant Bird's movement. You hold both strafe buttons, and then you have strafe speed going any direction you want. You just control the direction with the analog or D-pad. And that's pretty useful. In this category, you have to move Sergeant Bird a lot more than in other categories, where it's just pretty much straight to different points. And so being apt in moving Sergeant Bird is vital to not being terrible at this. Because it's very obvious if you're bad at Sergeant Bird in this category, whereas with the other categories, can't really tell that much.
Yeah, because there's not really much to do.
Mhm.
Keep mashing it for some reason. 7. Thinking face.
Seven
big-
what?
7
Oh,
gems. We're
gems.
gonna have a big backtrack at the end, boys.
On the Harry Potter theme, 7 is considered the most magical number. That's why Voldemort decided to split his soul into 7 pieces, but then it became too unstable, and when his killing curse rebounded upon him, he unintentionally split his whole soul and attached to Harry Potter. Boy who lived.
Spoilers, dude. Come on.
Now we're going through. By the time this runs over, these people are going to be Harry Potter experts. We're going to get all the
Okay, that's-
plots of everybody.
You just put the movie on stream. If you want, if it's more entertaining.
I agree.
think Phoenix would be a little mad at us if we did that.
But
But he's asleep, so I mean,
his
ask
name
for
is
forgiveness,
Phoenix,
not permission.
so you know, Order of the Phoenix. We could put that on.
Good idea. No, I think you're right. Go for it.
Alright, which movie do you guys want to watch? Say in chat.
Order of the Phoenix is a terrible movie, so I'm not putting that on.
One thing I really didn't like in Order of the Phoenix, I told Nerf this before. In the book, Harry doesn't give the prophecy to Lucius Malfoy, whereas in the movie he does. And they just cut so much of the Department of Mysteries from the movie as well.
Everything is cut from that movie. That movie could have been 2 parts.
Yeah, I mean it's a large book. It's the largest one. But
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just the movie's terrible. It doesn't do the book any justice. The book is really good. The movie is pretty bad.
Can't believe that I'm being attacked in chat right now. I actually haven't seen the Fantastic Beasts movies.
I heard they're okay. It's just alright.
That's the same universe spin-off one, right?
Yeah.
With all the...
It's a
haven't seen them either.
prequel series, essentially.
What's the consensus on it?
It's average. That's the consensus.
Well, because I think the main character in that is Newt Scamander, right? He's the author of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. But then it tries to like intertwine Dumbledore and Grindelwald's story. Pretty sure.
I haven't seen it.
Should ask my brother. He's probably seen them. My brother, he was super into Harry Potter when we were younger. I was as well, but not quite as much. He's still very much into Harry Potter, but I beat him in Harry Potter trivia now, so too bad.
So, do we want to talk about if you guys think Dumbledore is gay or not?
That's not, but I mean, J.K. Rowling said he was, so I'll go with it.
Yeah, but do we want to believe her?
I mean, who are we to? Let's just not get it. Let's just not get into this conversation. I think we can step away, we can sidestep and still talk about Harry Potter, but we don't have to talk about that.
I don't know, it's a pretty, like... I don't know, it's a pretty important piece of lore to know. I feel like.
It's not really important, though. What does it affect?
It affects, like, everything.
Okay.
Yeah, JT's very PC these days.
Mm.
Except about his earlier comment, you know, he's a bit of a flip-flop.
Phoenix is gonna come in when he wakes up and he's gonna thank me for manning the fort in terms of PC culture in stream.
So what's going on now, Nerf? I mean, maybe we should talk about the game that's happening.
That's
We
a good
could.
point. Yeah. These guys can't see, so we have to escort them.
They have
and-
glasses, so how can they not see?
That's a good point. You would think their prescriptions aren't powerful enough, though.
Maybe it's because one is like way bigger than the other, and it like throws them off.
It's possible. I didn't even know they were fireflies when I was younger. They're brown. Like, I thought they were like meerkats or something with weird tails.
Yeah, the models in the original games, like, really, sometimes you can't really tell what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I
Also-
screwed this up, by the way. So.
This is worth mentioning as well, though. So, there's like a class system that is not talked about enough in Spyro, where the fireflies in this level are the citizens. They're the like the inhabitants that are considered human-like, smart, communicative, all that. The fireflies in the fireworks factory kill so we get health. Like, it's ridiculous. There's not equality in the Spyro worlds at all.
Is Dumbledore
It's
a top or
true.
a bottom? Yeah, he is a top. Top for sure.
Goofy and Pluto. It is. No, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Goofy and Pluto, the Firefly and Firefly. I think one of the Fireflies' names is Homer. I think that's the first one. They're probably all named after. No, I was gonna say philosophers, but that one's name is Shiny, so probably not. Trying to think of other examples.
Poets.
Yeah. Are there? Do you think are there other examples of?
I don't know their names. Are we gonna say something else?
Well, I was, but now I'm curious about their names, so I'm gonna look them up. They have the names of the characters. Oh no, this is just Midday Gardens General. That's fine. Hold on.
Don't mind.
Homer.
You just-
Shiny, Bubba, Basho, and Busen. Okay, so no theme right there. I lied to you guys.
There's one normal name among questionable ones.
Yeah.
Did I get that one gem up there? I guess I did. Yeah, I forgot that area. I apologize.
Yeah, we gotta go fast.
That isn't everything. Okay. And check that one gem. If it's not there, then the backtrack grows ever more.
No, I was
Oh,
thinking
what?
philosophers because they all speak in haiku, and I was like, there's some depth to that. There's maybe some philosophy, and Homer is a philosopher or something. But no, I saw a pattern after seeing one example. I failed as a mathematician.
But not as a philosopher, so.
Yeah.
Do you have a stone?
Do I have a stone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't get that because it's called Sorcerer's Stone here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Philosopher's too complicated of a word for Americans.
Yeah. I mean, there's the alliteration, Sorcerer's Stone. It just sounds better.
Yeah.
Rolls off the tongue. Philosopher's Stone? No, doesn't sound as good.
It's like hit or miss with this is not 100 egg.
It is not.
God damn it. It's like hit or miss with evil. You can't tell if he'll get a reference or not because he probably watched the whatever you're talking about in the Italian dub, as opposed to whatever it's supposed to be.
What are we talking about?
No, it wasn't. The movie was Sorcerer's Stone as well in America.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go over
The
here.
book was also called Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
I prefer the name, to be honest.
This is an interesting round.
Please help.
Yeah,
It is
don't
a
mind me.
route.
No, we're digging deep into the scuffed part now. Don't worry.
Yeah, so this challenge is actually really interesting. There are stored invisible enemies. All the umbrella Rhinox that are coming down, they're stored and invisible, so Nerf's trying to shoot them. They're not just random fireballs, and you can save quite a bit of time if you get all of them.
No survival.
But if you shoot the pandas, you have to start over.
We don't discriminate here.
Pandas are going extinct, man, so you better not hit it.
Hit them twice as hard just for you.
Aren't pandas going extinct mostly through laziness? That's what I read one time. Like, they're just terrible at living.
Where's your source on this?
I mean, it's a source from like 7th grade, word of mouth.
Hmm.
Sounds like koalas. Must be a bear thing.
Could be. Yeah.
Please take.
Can't
They're
tell if that's
invi-
an invisible, invincible joke. I don't know.
If it's not a joke, then invisible just means you can't see them. Invincible would mean that you can't hit them. But if you can, like, through trial and error, we've inferred where they are, or at least Wed and Nerf and Vanny, whoever knows where they are. I don't know where they are, but
I mean, nobody knows where Vanny is, so.
I do. It's from RuneScape.
Hmm.
We would be.
Probably getting his 100th skilling pad or something, because he's really damn lucky.
He used to stream Crash 3 every day. It just stopped. So sad.
Yeah, well, he's preparing for 1345, but his hands still had issues. So once it was over, he was over.
Siglemic 2.0.
What happened to you doing 105, Nerf?
Wow. Is that a good enough answer?
I mean, yeah. You're supposed to race it, dude. Are you still on for that?
I'll have to do Scratch Reactor eventually. No sit day. Yeah, I think Classic's been out for over 3 months now. I'm still playing it every day, so I got like no time to do anything else.
Whose fault is that?
My own, and it is willingly my own.
Cam.
What?
What do you think your Patronus would be if you were to conjure one? Like a corporeal one.
Spyro.
No, I don't think so. That's like, that'd be a generic answer, you know? I think Bentley would be a better answer.
Bentley. I was just gonna lumber around trying to chase Dementors off.
Yeah.
That's as good as a shield, but not as good
Yeah, you
as
see how he like
pursue.
twirls it around? That's how you would make him go away.
Yeah. Exactly. Cam's onto it, dude.
Yeah, where to follow. The corporeal Patronus has a shape, so Harry's is a stag, but before he learns to conjure that, he conjures white vapor is the first thing, which isn't effective. Then afterward, it's a Patronus shield. It doesn't move, doesn't chase Dementors away. And then it's the corporeal Patronus. So there's 3 different levels of Patronus. And then from there, you can learn to imbue them with other powers, like Kingsley Shacklebolt uses his Patronus to convey a message to the wedding in the 7th book that the ministry's fallen. So you can do stuff like that.
Kingsley who?
Shacklebolt.
Who?
He's the black guy in the movies.
The
No,
one.
it's just the easiest
I
identifier.
still don't know who you're
There's
talking
more than one.
The
though.
one that says, you may not like it, but you have to, and then Dumbledore has style, or whatever, when Dumbledore goes with
Oh,
things.
that guy.
Yeah.
He has a more
Yeah.
of a role in the books than in the movies.
See, now I know. You could have just quoted the line, I would have got it.
I'm not a good impressionist, though. I didn't want to have to get into a realm where I was doing an impression.
Yeah, okay. This is not correct, but Win hasn't been correct so far, so. This level's been all over the place. Did I get this first gem? I guess not. There's any reason he would have been respawned. Cool, back to not missing gems. It's always a good sign.
Nice.
Especially from the alleged top runner. If anyone wants to beat my time, by the way, feel free. I'm pretty sure I just hold it because the category is too long and no one wants to invest time into it. Which is understandable.
JT, come on, man.
No thanks.
Yeah, I could fake gold here if I was using splits because I
You save a lot of
didn't-
time in this in PSTV. You could probably sub too.
True.
Yeah.
Does save about an hour per category.
More seriously, PSTV 117 doesn't sound fun because of the input delay. It's like it's not a huge problem if I go in straight lines to have a handicapped reaction time, but for 117 it'd be a pain in the ass.
Well, aren't you used to it at this point?
I'm not used to 117, and there are so many instances where I have to react in 117 compared to in 100 egg when so much is scripted or projected.
He just doesn't want to.
That's
Yeah,
part of it,
it's-
definitely. But I mean, it's
Yeah,
not the
PS2.
entire reason. I have a PS2. Nerf has my games though, because I gave them to him.
Oh.
Actually, you don't even have my Spyrothon anymore. You lost it. You have one that Mac offered.
Yeah, I paid him back in RuneScape all the time.
Yeah.
Especially real training.
Speaking of OP spells, I've thought about this. We thought about my brother and I thought about spells a lot when we were younger, and to us it never made sense. There's a spell in the book to conjure a living animal. It's Avis, and it conjures birds. And the killing curse of Vada Kedavra is considered to be unblockable. But if you conjure a living thing in front of you, then it'll just tank that killing curse and it'll die. But you can
Fair.
keep conjuring them. Like that's a legitimate shield that's never used. These wizards are stupid.
Ah,
Maybe they have ethics.
Yeah, okay.
you have morals. Where do these birds come from? Do they just like get conjured up from the freaking forest that they're living in? Like,
No, you just,
See, I'm
you just
not-
take them out of the local zoo.
so you're basically just slowly making birds go extinct because you're taking them somewhere and killing them.
Maybe, I don't know. There's some gray area in terms of because you can transfigure inanimate objects into animals as well. So, but then there are certain rules with like creating food, and I mean animals are food, waiting to be food. So,
I guess that's a bit of a, you know, like if to threaten the extinction of a species, how often is someone going to have to try to kill you for killing the cats?
yeah. And to be honest, if the moral quandary that you're in is like you have a newborn in your hands and you have yourself, and one of them has to die, like, I mean, everyone's gonna answer the same thing pretty much, aren't they?
Bye, baby.
Right? No, that's not even. I don't think that's even controversial. Like, people are selfish, and I'm okay. I'm not even gonna get into it. But I'm just speaking facts. How much of the killing curse was explained? Not too much. There's a big part of it that's intent, where in the fourth book, when Barty Crouch Jr. posing as Alastor Moody is explaining the unforgivable curses to his class, he says that if the class all pointed their wands at him instead of Vada Kedavra, he'd probably not even get a nosebleed.
You have to mean it.
Yeah, so you have to mean it, and that's true with the Cruciatus curse as well, because Bellatrix Lestrange when Harry used it on her in the 5th book. She just hopped right back up.
I get knocked down.
Spyro.
Yeah, but she got up again.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Those are good points, by the way. Anyone want to explain this challenge?
You shoot at these things.
This
For a
challenge
while.
is captivating. It's like I don't even, the level of skill that's required to do this challenge optimally is understated. Like, you look at speedruns and sometimes you're like, I can't do that. And in this case, you're right. Like, this challenge is just unbelievably difficult, and
I definitely look at it and be like, I cannot do that. So.
yeah, I mean, it's just the precision that's required is on another level. I don't even understand.
You can make Hunter do that. Go up and down. Takes a lot of skill also.
Yeah.
Maneuvering Hunter through this and memorizing the route is extraordinarily difficult.
This is what I like to call a pro game move. Oh.
You did not. Please do not tell me you failed the challenge.
Spyro.
Do not, do not.
No,
Please do not.
Wait, really? Come on, bro.
Did you see how it failed? Did you see what happened? Look at the warp. It just flew back at light speed.
Yeah, I guess you were too captivated by Hunter's ass that you just...
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was just, I had the analog in the palm of my hand, just wiggling it around like this.
Oh man.
So he's doing this on purpose.
No. I mean, Phoenix would say waste as much time as you want.
Yeah, why can't not Vanny play this? He's a lot better.
I wish Fanny would say too.
He's a lot better at this than you are, so I think you would do a lot better job. He would definitely not have failed this challenge.
I think
I'm
that
not-
at least is true.
I'm gonna ask him.
That was like 2 words. What did you even ask him?
Well, I wasn't done yet.
Oh, okay.
Is this how it works in your chat? Like, you just kind of type like 2 words and then keep playing? Because you always type. You never talk, you type.
Pretty much. Just store it up. Hey man, would you have failed Country Speedway Hunter Challenge in a marathon setting? Asking for a friend.
Can I get
Really
a
away.
guesses in chat for Nerf's average WPM? Closest gets a shout out.
80, 90? Just from the way it sounded like 80 to me.
Where to follow is the closest so far.
Of course you have
No,
to.
I think Zombies the closest.
About 20.
Yeah.
Maybe if you type some really long words.
After I saw 69, I was waiting for 420. You guys are so predictable.
JT, Zoomy just set up your favorite joke.
I don't know.
This is not 100 Egg. Keep forgetting. Sorry, I only played 100 Egg in like 5. 2.
Can you still sub 3, Nerf?
Let me consult my friend Nitro, and I'll get back to
Okay.
He said yeah.
Alright, cool.
you. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. He's a speedrunner.
Also, hello Nitro.
The fireworks in this level remind me of in Harry Potter 4
Isn't
when
this the
Fred and George disrupt the testing that's being done by putting a bunch of fireworks down and then flying their brooms out and starting Weasley Wizard Wheezes.
Okay, now
Am I right, Nerf?
I have no idea what you just said.
This guy loves Harry Potter 4, man.
No.
That's all you think about is Harry Potter 4.
That was Harry Potter 5.
That is Harry Potter 5. And then
I think I
there's a castle.
misspoke though. Yeah, apparently I misspoke. I meant 5 though.
I'm seeing a lot of great guesses in chat. So close.
all right.
So what's interesting about this skateboarding section, when you're doing the tutorial, you can actually save time on every single trick. The task does. I think Nerf saves time on at least a few of them. But yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
This is one I actually, when I'm rusty, I like never get it. I actually have to practice like this one. Just because like you want to jump off as early as possible, but if you go off too early then you can't press triangle to do a trick. If you go off too late then you barely saved any time.
You're ready. All right. Whoever
Because you
starts
just go
the
up
most
higher.
points in the time
It's basically the same as taking the random one.
I didn't know tricking off that ramp still counted.
Yeah, it does. The idea is you get enough points to meet your threshold, and then you just land on the center as soon as possible. So you like potentially cut your height there.
So Hunter, like it's not a static number that he gets to. He does go to different numbers for how many points he gets in these 2 minutes, but he sucks at skateboarding, so you can beat him really easily and collect all the gems and then wait for a few seconds.
It's a range, but it's not very hard to beat either. Just as long as you have like over like 5,500, you'll never lose. This is a good challenge though, because you get a break. Do whatever your heart desires for at least 40-50 seconds.
Try going out of bounds. I want to see that.
No.
Please?
No.
You already failed one of the easiest challenges, auto scrollers. Might as well make it both.
Okay, dude. I'm gonna go refill my water. Hope you guys enjoy.
Okay.
Huh.
I don't know exactly what the range is. I think it's only a few hundred points. I've never seen him. Well, I've never heard of him getting an exorbitant amount of points, but I don't really have my finger on the pulse of this category, so maybe, maybe not.
Whatever he just said is probably wrong.
It's a beautiful close-up.
I
It is.
can't believe
Now it's gone. Oh, right. I don't think I got the gems from these guys. If you see an enemy that's normally not there after you leave a side area, because you don't have the gem. It's the only reason they'll respawn.
These flying enemies, I think they're called flying geckos, at least on the wiki, which is unofficial. But these flying enemies, they have gems that home in strangely and the enemies die strangely, right? Do you want to clarify, Nerf?
Yeah, it's a little mix of proximity and having them die on screen that defines when they will home into you, but usually very messy either way. So
And
the
regarding
ones-
how they... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the ones that are on the ground there and very close to you, those are ones that are easy. They're always gonna die because they're that close. Whether their gem falls right where they die, or if it flies back to where you flamed them from, depends if they go over a ledge or not. Like over a ledge, it'll fly back to where you flamed them, and if not, they will just drop where they are. But for the ones that are further away, they will... Called. Yeah, you have to be looking at them if they're decently far away, and if they're like age range of being deloaded off screen, then there's a good chance you just won't get the gem because they're that far away. So a lot of the movement coming up with Bird is going to revolve around having them be on screen and close enough. And fortunately, if you're not slow, well, their positions are going to be consistent, so it is actually routed, and it's not a problem. What were you going to say before?
Oh, I'll say it in a bit. Anyway, for this challenge, you're supposed to work cooperatively with Farley, the dog, to get through all the puzzles, but you don't have to. And so you just beat him there, get all the gems, and then you have a little bit of time to clean up. And then after you clean up, you'll teleport to whatever that purple guy's name is. And yeah, he missed the red gem on purpose to get it. It's Moat.
I was going to say Mohaf, the crash guy.
It's good to be back at
And what I was going to say, the way those enemies die, so not their gem homing, but just the deaths, isn't it something weird where, like, if you hit them and then, like, let's say you shoot a missile and then face away, and then the missile hits them, then they go in the direction that you're facing instead of the direction the missile came from?
Yeah, something like that. I can't think of the mechanics right now, but it does strike me as probably being true. 'Cause that's normally not something I have to think about, so I can't think of it honestly, but
Yeah.
I feel like that may be true.
No, I'm just pulling as many fun facts as I can, because I have very little specific knowledge on this category.
Go for it. Say whatever you feel like.
I am.
Same.
Not sure if I hit the guy out there. I usually tell by listening to my TV,
Just
but
assume you did.
I'll be able to tell, because I'll get a gem very shortly. And I did. There was one guy at the start that I didn't get. Well, I killed him, but his gem didn't home him because I did the wrong movement and looked away, so...
here.
If I look to my left here, I should be getting a 5 gem. 2 gems, sorry.
My friend is
I think I got it. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, there's a lot of sound cues. So I'm going to turn my TV up a little bit, actually. Just so I don't have to wait in the future. Wait, the 500,
methods of
500
being-
showed up?
Criticized in chat.
Yeah, the 500 or the 500 did show up.
Before I teleported?
Yes.
Okay, so I got that guy's gem somehow. The one I was waiting for. Yeah, don't mind me. Scuffed run, and I would not have it any lower.
One
This is going
specific
excellently,
not a
in my
scuffed
opinion.
run.
Yeah, I mean, it's good enough, but... I don't know. Like, I could still get 4th place time, I believe. I think.
Yeah.
Can't believe you're calling out all the other runners like that.
Telling them that they're bad.
Yeah, I mean, in one sentence he says it's a scuffed run, and the next sentence he says it could be a 4th place run. What does that imply, Nerf?
I mean, it's basically what you said about anytime you finish an 80% run. Oh, this is still world record.
Yeah. But, okay. You got me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got. Damn, all 6 fell.
So, you're meant to head bash that ice rink from the top. Like, I mean, obviously he had bashed it from the top, but like, there's a section, an upper section of that building that you can get to after you finish the level, and you're supposed to go up there and then head bash. But it's pretty trivial just to jump early and head bash it. So we do that.
I think it's one of those things that I, maybe not like my first ever playthrough, that I realized you could do, but as a kid I didn't realize you didn't have to go all the way around.
You have to be a little bit careful in this level of crashing
Wow.
while you're on the cannons.
That home surprising. Sorry.
Because the particle effects of the birds are notorious for causing the game to crash, and if the game crashes, it's not one of the crashes that you can fix. It's one of the crashes that means you reset. So
Yeah, fixable crashes are only for cutscenes, everything else you're dead. I should have got that guy to the edge, but accidentally like kited him around the rink. Alright, taking this very slow. Just
have either of you ever been ice skating?
Yeah. As a kid, I fell over, and as I was trying to get back up, I was not very conscious of where, well, of the fact that I had skates on my feet, and I almost rode over my hand.
Ooh,
But I didn't. So it turned out to be a fun day.
it's good. It's good that you didn't. Ice skates are sharp.
Indeed.
Step right.
What about you,
always
Cameron?
Knew you were a cultured sort of dragon.
All right.
He fell asleep. Bless him.
Tonight is my
I don't actually know if he did. Probably not. He's hosting. I hope he didn't.
It's funny. Rather than an animation for that door, it just kind of just disappears. Usually, when you do stuff with money bags, stuff actually happens on the screen rather than just being like an unfinished product. But not in this case.
Yeah, just gets snapped out of existence. It's actually dev confirmed that this game was just not tested. JT, you heard that in person? Did you enjoy learning that?
I did. No, I mean, I was clearly, at least the QA was not very thorough, but.
Yeah, no, the developer straight up said, yeah, this game wasn't tested.
Uh-huh. Were you actually taught? Yeah, I am not good at ice skating either. Nor am I good at rollerblading, but ice skating in particular.
It's a cool little thing you can do, by the way. If you just wait in that area, there's a high chance that you can reset the camera if you get it stuck. I believe in the TAS, he resets the camera like much earlier by getting it stuck against one of the places where the skater comes out. But I've never actually done that myself in an RTA setting.
Oh, by the way,
I used to rollerblade as a kid. I found that fun. But I've only been ice skating once or twice, I can't remember. Cool. It's RNG if you get the setup for that trick, so... What you want to have happen there is you scare off the yellow thief at the start and hope that he chooses the left path to go on when he cycles around. Because of that, you can just head bash straight above him where he's waiting and kill him instantly. And the red thief, which is sitting on top of the pillar, is moved into position for the second challenge instantly. Not before, or before you even get the egg, so as soon as you kill the yellow thief, he's right there on the next frame and you can kill him in the same head bash. Pretty cool. And when you go to the eggs, if you have killed them close enough, they'll stack on top of each other. And the textures will freak out a little.
I found the double eggs really interesting. I think, how many instances are there in the game where you can do that? Like 3? I can think of 3.
Or you can stack eggs?
Yeah, there's that one, the one in Cloud Spire's Bell Towers, and the one in Crystal Islands. There might be more.
Oh, right. I see what you mean. This is stuff you've seen in the test, right?
The Crystal Islands one isn't in the task, but the Bell Towers one is.
Yeah, I don't think I've done the task one. I assume you mean your one, sorry, I assume when we're looking at Crystal Island strats, right, for Underegg? You're like theorizing with what was possible.
A few years ago, you bait the plane when you're in swim and air, and then hit the plane and then go down to the island. And you can get both
Yeah.
eggs. But you can also soft lock the game if you don't time it correctly.
Yeah, I remember you saying it wasn't exactly the easiest thing. Oh, that was very close. I'm gonna go for an extra red here, because I'm gonna waste a lot of time waiting for them to get back to the center.
So one difference between 1.0 and 1.1, other than the Spike is Born cutscene not being present on version 1.0, is that you spawn in a different spot in version 1.0. In this case, Nerf's on 1.0, he spawns on the edge of the arena, around the egg with a position that's dependent on some other things during the fight. And on version 1.1, you spawn in the middle with the egg. In this case, it doesn't actually matter because you have to pause out anyway. But it does matter in 100 egg and any % where you spawn around the egg.
Yeah, that is true.
Thank you for the validation.
1.0 actually loses 2 seconds coming out of Spike. Because of, when you exit like that, in 1.1, you spawn straight in midday, but in 1.0, you get that animation where you're coming off the wheel. I think it's something some people might not have noticed. But 1.0 is still better. If only for the speedway thing. Did you know?
Which?
The first one. For coming out of Spike.
No.
Okay. Silent acknowledgement.
Yeah. Next time I'll say, oh, I see.
Wow, really? Oh my god.
I'm a cool customer though. I'm not very reactive.
Oh my god, that was classic. I'm dead. Yeah, that was really sad.
So Sparks doesn't really have invincibility frames, and so if you tank damage, then you take damage quickly.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there, honestly. I think I thought I was lined up to hit him pretty well, but yeah, I guess not. It's fine though. I hadn't gotten a checkpoint in a while, so I actually spawned back into place with the power up. Normally if you die in this level, you're gonna be doing the boss without the power up, and it's not a fun time. Or even the rest of the level, it's just very slow.
The Paradox version, is that like a pirated copy? I'm not familiar with that terminology.
So I've heard of Paradox version of Spyro 3 either. I think it's like the Russian bootleg copy or something.
Yeah, I guess it's worth mentioning. Not really relevant to the speedrun, but Spyro 2 got cracked really early into its release, and so they lost a lot of sales on it apparently. And so in Spyro 3 they put some extra stuff in for copyright protection, and it made the crack take a while longer, and there were some imperfect cracks that came out. Apparently the Paradox version being one of those. And basically what those did was they let you play the game, but then they messed up the game while you were playing it.
Excellent.
Did I get that last one? I did not. Slowly accumulating miss gems over the run.
So the
Go
power
back
up that was just received, or did you skip it?
I didn't.
Okay. Well, the power up that was just received was the gem locating power up for Sparks. So now, if Nerf were to miss a gem, he could just hold whatever he needs to hold, and
Listen.
like it's like L1, L2, R1, R2, right?
Yep, all four.
Yeah. He holds those, and then Sparks points at gems.
So now there should be no reason to miss gems at this point.
Yeah, you can hop away from some of the power-ups, maybe even all the power-ups, I don't know. But you can hop away from at least a couple of them. And in this case, it's one that you don't need, and so it would be faster to hop away, but...
It's just
Yeah.
nice. You lose a
Yeah.
second for the potential to find any gems that you haven't missed the last half of the run. I don't know. I don't think the game's at the point where you need 1 second to have such a valuable backup tool.
Man, Seeker coming in strong with all the corrections right now. Got 3 in like 4 messages.
That's what he does best.
Yeah. Could submit it to Twin Galaxies. There's a score run.
Doctor actually answered. I'll run with that one. What do you think, JT?
What? Oh. Yeah, you could... Alright, how about just don't do that one this time?
Alright.
Go a little farther left, and then maybe we'll be good.
Never
That
bothered.
reminds me. There's a highlight that I think Grant has on his channel, Grant Show, twitch.tv/Grant Show,
Oh,
where he's in Honey Speedway, near where Nerf just failed, and he almost fails, and he makes a noise that human lungs have never made before. You should look at that. I don't know exactly what it's called, but he has a bunch of good highlights anyway, so might as well just sift through the archive.
Alright, survived this time.
That's good. He did. Man, you had to put that in the past tense. Really hit me in the heart.
He's immigrated to Australia. No one ever saw him ever again. Not even Australia. I'm quiet, by the way. I just realized I was sitting very far back.
Oh no, you're fine. At least to me, I can hear you perfectly clearly. Yeah, fireman, it is. So it's prioritize star boost, then prioritize dashing, then prioritize flying.
Though worth noting, flight speed gets like gradually faster as you progress through the speedways.
Isn't it also true that at least in the later speedways, charge jumping is faster than charging? Like you save a frame on every jump or something like that?
That's in everyone.
Oh, okay.
What you might be thinking of is just like as you go into more like the later speedways, it becomes like less and less worth it to supercharge. Like it always is worth it, but what you gain is not as much because the flight speed goes up.
This river of cheese looks really appetizing.
Yeah.
This fondue river.
Some people think it isn't cheese, but I don't like. There's nothing reasonable else it could be.
Yeah. I've just stopped even arguing. Like they can be wrong if they want to be wrong.
Pretty much. All my jumps in was stunted. Honey? Oh, you're one of those people, huh?
Oh, I thought he was speaking to me affectionately. Yeah, you know, cheese or bees make cheese because those rhyme anyway. That's how the association is drawn. It's a speedway of rhymes.
Yeah, it's like a Dr. Seuss. Green eggs and ham, bees and cheese.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded two per ... So it is faster to hit some of the obstacles so that the UFO can push you throughout this river of cheese. I don't know exactly how many obstacles it is that you hit. It's like 4, right? 4 or 5?
5's the limit.
Yeah. So you want to hit as many as possible and then let the UFO push you.
Getting physically pushed is more of a test thing. The RTA thing is that he just like creeps up very slowly the more you get hit. So it saves time that way, but the task definitely gets pushed by the UFO.
Mm-hmm.
Spyro.
Charmed Bridge, it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet story, isn't it? That's what the lore is.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because I think one of the cat wizards wants to marry one of the princesses or something. And the princess wants to marry him because he has a motorcycle. And she likes bad boys. Yeah. So that's pretty much, I think his name's like Prince Azrael or something. I'm not actually sure.
Yeah. Which actually, I think I found a reference to him in WoW the other day, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Like, him specifically. It was in the Pandarian starter zone. I was just walking around, and I was messing around on a private server, and there was a cat. An orange cat named Azrael.
Interesting.
It wasn't like a proper humanoid cat, it was just a little kitten, but that's how they do it. There was another cat near him named Samus, so you know. Kind of complement each other, right? Two video game characters.
There is time. I'm not sure exactly how to do it. I'm sure Wed or Parcel would know. But I don't know. Yes, it is true.
According starting to let. I just bought some.
You can get the UFO. I think it was probably Wed who showed me. It sounds like something Wed would show me. But you can get the UFO to act crazy during that challenge.
You can have a couple if you like.
Oh yeah, if you get like 5 and then spam jump, he like just zooms ahead of you. And then if he does actually catch up to you and kill you, he'll just like zoom all the way back and beam you up.
To give you insight onto the dynamic of the relationship that Nerf and I have, this reminded me of it. There was a clip that I found when I was in a call with Grant, where I was in Charmed Ridge, and I was on the moving steps, and I was like, we were just spitballing ideas of things that could happen. I was like, I wonder if you can clip through these. And I tried for like 30 seconds, and I got a clip, and I was like, oh yeah, you can. And I filed it away under things that you could do. Didn't bother getting a video. And then like 6 months later, I tried it again, and I could not do it. I spent hours trying to do it. And then Nerf and Grant both tried to convince me that I just made it up, that Charm Clip didn't actually exist, and that I dreamed it or something like that. And then, fortunately, I asked Dom to help me find it, and Dom's a good glitch hunter, so he found it. And I was reassured that I didn't go crazy, but the gaslighting almost worked in this case.
I almost would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Yeah. ZBM, the meddling kid.
That challenge was
Alex-
completely broken by that.
The what?
The challenge was completely broken by not
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So the boosted jumps you can do on mushrooms. You can see the tasks, like even if the boosted jumps didn't exist, there are still skips that would exist because you can proxy out of the flowers. And you can proxy from the frog at the bottom. That's also another really weird thing. The frogs in Charmed Ridge are proxiable, but the frogs in Evening Lake and Sunny Villa are not. This doesn't really make sense to me to change the hitbox at all. Or to make a whole new frog. I don't know if it's a visually different frog, but the hitbox is certainly different.
I'd like to imagine they realized you could proxy off them in Spyro 2 and took it out for that. And then the guy who made Charmed Ridge just forgot.
Yeah.
I think they are like visually different at least. Like the ones in Sunnyville are like more green and I think bigger. I think they might actually just straight beat the Spyro 2 ones, whereas this one is like a new one. It's like a different breed. It's smaller and lighter green.
Yeah, well, I just don't understand the point of making a whole new frog if it's just going to be a fodder frog. Also, one of the frogs doesn't like come down when you come into Evening Lake. It just like jumps down from way up in there into the water.
Jumps from the tower, yeah.
Yeah.
Good day.
This frog reminds me of the mascot for Honey Smacks. Has anyone had those before? They're really good.
No.
So,
Yeah, if you go into Evening and watch closely right in front of you, it just jumps right down.
From the default spawn location. It's like if you do the credits cheat, I think that's a good way to see it.
So you're not meant to spawn camp these witches, but you can. They have some invulnerability when they first come out, but if you just time it well, then you can get all of them, or most of them. And the challenge is really easy. One fun fact about this challenge. So if you've seen Agent Spyro before, I guess if you haven't, what happens is you escape the text on a transition between the main level and the hub where you are, not the hub, the side level where you're the character. So Agent 9 for the Fireworks Factory one. And then you die, you death abuse, and then you can go into that side area as Spyro. There are 3 instances like that in the game, I think. Maybe 4. I think 4 actually. I think where you can actually death abuse. You can escape the text in, I think, every instance of the side areas, but you can't death abuse, and that's a vital part of the trick. So you can do it in Seashell Shore, you can do it in Fireworks Factory, you can do it in Charmed Ridge, and I think you can do it in Chris Islands. And if you do it in this one and then finish the challenge, because it has 3 phases, go all the way to the 3rd phase, then as soon as you touch the blue acid in the 3rd phase, the game crashes.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where there's no animation for it loaded, so it gives up.
Yeah, yeah. You see that type of crash more often in Spyro 2, I think. I'm pretty sure Breeze Harbor crashes when you get hit underwater. And Idle Springs might as well. Is that correct?
Breeze, yes. I don't actually know about Idle. I did not need to climb that high. I can make it from the first step.
We haven't really mentioned the mystery jars, so the jars with question marks on them. Basically, you hit them and then they teleport to a new location that you're supposed to find. And then by the time you get to the end, it usually wraps back to the beginning of the level, and you just collect the gems. In this case, because you can go way far away from the mystery jar with the fireball power-up and still hit it, you can get the gems kind of stuck where the mystery jar spawns in the cave. But you just have to go back and look at it when you're close enough, and then they go back to where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and if you skip the first cutscene as you hit the second one, like if you overlap them, you can get some really weird camera. Like it moves the camera to show you where the second hit was, but at the same time you skipped it, so the camera, like, it doesn't show the cutscene at all, but the camera still moves it, and so it'll just like spin around, like, and it'll be like zoomed out, covering like half the map. It looks really cool. There's actually...
Sorry.
I was gonna say, my favorite instance of doing that, which is very hard by the way, is when you zombie in Evening Lake and you go into the whale, and once you do that, you can still move around, but the camera will not follow you anymore. If you can manage to get your way into Evening or Frozen Altars, you can make the camera just completely zoom out across the whole map, and it's just crazy. It's really good. But I've only ever done it once. Oh yeah, remind me by the way, Ty, or anyone really, if you want to see that frog, and do it after the run, real quick. Did I break the door? I did. And here's the best part of the run. I got this first try in my scuffed run. Scuffed practice run.
Cannon jump, cannon jump.
Never. There's actually one time when I was doing a D-Rust and I couldn't get that jump, so I gave up and started doing cannon jump, and I couldn't do cannon jump either, so I just went back to doing the normal jump.
Here's
This is
another fun
great.
fact.
Tight cycle.
So there are a bunch of levels with swimmable bodies of water, and huh?
No, I just screw something in the cycle, don't mind.
So in levels that don't have swimmable bodies of water, but they do have water, like Sunny Villa and Haunted Tomb, there are no swim triggers underneath those water planes, and so no hope of swim in there. The only level I think this is correct, that has a swimmable body of water, so theoretically has a swim in air possible, but has not had a swim in air discovered inside of it, is Icy Peak. It's the only one. Every single other level in the game that has a swimmable body of water, we also have a swim in air that goes along with.
Speed on up. And when you get a sub in your sights, the torpedo will start
It's
to
an
lock on.
Anzabium, you know what to do.
Good luck on. Fire away with the circle button.
So how much of this is
Raw skill and talent, 100%.
okay? That's what I wanted to know. Thank you for enlightening.
No worries, man. Note your back.
Swim in air in this level?
Yep.
There are a few of them in this level. There's only one. I think I know which one you're thinking of, Doc, and that one is nuts. I think it's only been done by Nitroff with a task setting. But there are 3 other ones that I know of. I think Nerf found 2 of them.
Well, I think he just means like the mechanics of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know it was in an old Saboom route when he had a 328 and that was record. It was like 2014 or something. Oh, that was very good, by the way. Damn. That was almost like as clean as possible.
Yeah, that was really good.
Watch that last hit. It's so close. Okay, I was gonna say I missed that 5 gem. Can't turn around, but it did come in eventually.
There's a really weird thing you can do in this level, where if you stand in front of the, what's the front of a boat called? Is it called a bow, or is it called a stern? All right, well, if it's about the front of the boat that Crazy Ed would normally teleport onto, like in an 90% run. But if he's running to that and you stand in front of it and mash triangle, you get some text that he's not even supposed to give, like it's just additional text. And then he falls off the side of the boat and out of bounds, and you can go swim to him and he'll give you the egg, but then you'll lose your invincibility, which is what's required for swim, because if you go underwater in Lost Fleet, then it's toxic acid, so you need the invincibility power up. And so he talks to you and then flies way up, and then you die. So, not useful, but interesting.
It's so sad. Almost forgot about the birds there.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do after a run. Instead, like if I lose a run to like something in the evening before Lost Fleet, I'm gonna just go in and do it.
Okay, just making sure I did get everything there. Took a little bit of a look around.
Would you look at
Yeah, well, one of the Hail Marys there hit it. Pretty good. It's hard to have movement for that set of birds. When I'm not rusty, I have movement for the rest of the birds because the cycles. I mean, the cycles are always consistent when you come out of a side area or into the level, but the ones above the ship, there's like such a long amount of gameplay before them that it can be a little hard to have your movement be good for that stretch of time. For the rest of them, it's usually no problem. Yeah, that worked out pretty well.
Is there a bit of what crafty snake?
What's the question?
Ambiguous. I'm asking for clarification.
Okay.
You have to be really careful with IRL speedruns, I'd say. Don't want to get to the end too fast.
So many jokes going to waste right now.
Yeah. The trick that I mentioned. I mean, look. There might be something that clicked it. Do you have practice files, Nerf?
I do my practice on emu. What's that?
Rather than me looking for a video that I don't think exists. I was thinking you could just do it after the run.
I don't even know what you're talking about, honestly.
The last fleet thing with Crazy Head falls out of bounds. It's super easy to do. I could just walk you through.
Oh, it's not gonna be there.
If we remember, we might do it. Unless
I'd have
mods
to watch
get-
emu. I don't know. I don't want to keep the next one waiting. Especially if I'm gonna do the show the frog thing real quick as well. Multiple things.
True, true.
Let's get a run to Lost Fleet in the background. Get a run to Lost Fleet in the background.
No, I'm done with Spyro for the month.
Month.
I'm burned out.
Shoutouts to our sponsors, by the way. This run is sponsored by Lo-Fi Hip Hop Beats Study too.
Oh nice, I didn't realize we had secured that sponsor. That's cool. Big.
Sorry, I couldn't turn around there. I gotta go back. I can't get back that way, so I'm gonna do another lap around. Hope you guys had enough, or did not have enough of skateboarding.
Yeah, Vanny told me about an interesting strat he used as a kid for the super bonus round. Whatever the race is, rocket, skateboard. I don't know what the board is called. But he said that he went through the rocket board. All right. He went through the course as Spyro and killed all the crabs so that he built up all this speed at the very beginning. And then he did that. My strat was to fail it a lot until my dad did it for me.
I don't even remember that challenge being hard. Honestly. Maybe I just failed so much I got easy mode. Is that a thing?
I don't know. I haven't done that challenge that many times in the last 5 years. I think I've probably done it like 7 or 8 times.
Spyro was like, at least Spyro 1 was like one of the first games I ever 100%ed. Maybe even the first.
Hmm.
I think I had 100%ed all 3 of these games before I turned 5 years old or something. Let's see. First gaming achievement. This is really not working out for me, is it? Oh, so close.
Cannon jump, cannon jump.
Yeah. Okay. Was it 2 up? Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
I missed a crab. I missed a crab. Declare this run forfeit. Get it? Because that's a legible sentence.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm very witty.
You are?
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, but flopping's faster.
I'm gonna have to back up Nerf on this one actually. As much as it
More-
pains me to.
And it's a scuffed run, and it's more opportunity to get it even more scuffed and stuff.
Mm.
You can pass
What's
that.
kind of interesting about the challenge that you use invincibility for, and Evening Lake Home, is that the fire pillars that you're supposed to dodge They don't allow you to charge or glide out of them to prevent you from skipping, but you can still skip it with just like the intended jumps.
Yeah, but you won't know it's not first try until you fail.
I will.
And then you won't know it's second try until you fail. And then you won't know it's third try until you fail. And then you won't know it's fourth try until you fail. And then you won't know it's fifth try until you fail. And then you won't know it's sixth try. You see around it. My cost is sunk.
If you use your
By the way, if anyone hasn't, like, if anyone in chat hasn't watched Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, now's the time. Like, no, like after Nerf's run, straight to, actually, let's do after Spyrothon.
I'm just gonna watch it with you.
Yeah, just go straight to, just say free movie online, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Promoting piracy and get banned on it.
Can you actually?
Probably.
Alright, then ban Jeremy Thompson instead of
I mean, you're
Spyrothon,
promoting
please.
an illegal service on Twitch, so.
I didn't know it was illegal. I thought it was like YouTube.
never go.
Alright, then go to Boomerang and pay $4.99 for a month of a subscription, and then watch it there. No. Don't even get him started. Don't even get him started, Fireman.
The word Boomerang's been tainted.
You know what I was surprised by the way? Because I do have a subscription to Boomerang, of course. And some of the shows on there are not that old. Like when I was younger, Boomerang was something for like shows from the 50s and 60s, like Scooby-Doo and like the Flintstones and the Jetsons and a lot of those like Foghorn, Leghorn, all that stuff. But I looked on there last week and Codename Kid Next Door and Courage the Cowardly Dog. Those are on there now. It's upsetting to me.
We're all becoming boomer. Especially JT. JT is like 35, can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
Yeah, well. Majority rule.
What majority? You have 1v1 right now. And you've already proven today that 1v1 against you and I kind of goes my way.
Alright, just type 1 if you agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, just don't say anything. Let's see, there's 1. 1-1.
Aether, I've never experienced such a harsh betrayal as this one.
There's more to come.
And yeah, Courage is really good. I watch it when I'm going to bed sometimes.
Return slum. Will suffer my curse. I think the most memorable character from Charges for me is the computer. This is really edgy.
Wait, who?
The computer.
The computer? Huh. Even more so than like Muriel, Eustace, and Courage? Or are you just saying like outside of the main? Really? That is surprising.
Well, I mean, he's always trying to help, but then he's like, yeah, you're screwed anyway, just don't bother. He gives up.
One of my most memorable characters is probably that fox. When they go to the hotel and they have the spiders, the fox is trying to feed the people too.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, I think it's because of the theme song type of like they have a beat that goes whenever he's around.
I want my health back, so don't mind this.
Cats? It must be, yeah. The most memorable episode from when I was younger, though, wasn't that one. It was the one where the barber cousin comes and shaves Courage, and he keeps saying naughty. Do you remember that one?
I do know. I don't watch a terrible amount of it. The most memorable episodes to me is like, well, Return to Slab, obviously. King Ramsey or something. And
I'm back.
like, sorry?
Am I back? My Discord crashed.
I didn't know you were gone. I was just saying, like, I think the episodes I remember the most, Return to Slab and the bank heist one.
Mm.
I never really watched too many episodes.
There's a really comical glitch that can happen. Never happened to me, but I've seen it happen to Ty at least once, where you pick up a rocket and Spyro's neck just breaks. It looks really odd.
Yeah, like, I don't know, nearly 10 times it. It's fine. Just a random thing that can happen when you're picking stuff up.
An uncle to Eustace and Muriel, he couldn't have been. Eustace and Muriel are both like senior citizens. He was like in his 20s or 30s. Could be like a nephew maybe, instead of a cousin, but he's not older than them. The guy that you posted an emote of, where to follow. At least I think that's what we're talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I could buy him being a nephew. Like maybe Muriel's nephew.
Some very questionable movement for this side area.
This one always looks awkward to me. You have to do so much, like, I don't know, back and forth, charge jumping, stopping and stuff, yeah.
Something down.
Looks like this. Hey. If you see
I
hand.
don't know, everyone's favorite trick. Trick with great history behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a trick accidentally done by White Paws. Noticed by me when I was about to say nice frame perfect pause, and slowly put 2 and 2 together. And then just refined by various people in the Discord after I posted.
Previously it had been a frame perfect trick that we could only really mash, and it was like a 50-50 thing. But the method Nerf's referring to is controller disconnect to force a first frame pause. And then you have a free agent Spyro. Yeah. Instead of being frame perfect, you have like a half second to do it, right?
The window is pretty big, honestly. It's not definitely not half a second. It's not terribly long, but it's bigger than that for sure.
Can you post the wiki on Freaky Friend? I mean, it's fine with me. I'm not a mod, so I don't. Let me check if mods are. I mean, you're not even really promoting anything. You can go for it, I guess. If you get banned, then it's not on me.
You will get banned.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Don't do it then.
Hey, Nerf, how's the run? I went for a while to go play with my cats. I thought that was better.
we thought you fell asleep.
No.
Scuffed as
I went
usual.
to go entertain my cats because they were crying.
Mm.
It's like, I'm gonna play with cats as well instead of doing this.
Thanks for what.
I forgot to check if I missed anything by holding down the buttons in the cutscene, but oh well. I don't think I did.
In your absence, we've been semi on topic, so you need to rectify that. You need to get back off topic.
Wow, is this guy talking shit about SRT? Saying it doesn't have any tricks like the originals.
Oh, defend it right now.
Did you watch my Spyro 2 any percent run yesterday? Because you would say that if you saw that.
Yeah, I bet they didn't.
I foresaw this this conflict. Pre-prepared myself by not watching it.
Thanks, Aether. I appreciate it.
These are some really bad patterns, by the way, but I'm getting a lot of hits in anyway. Does this mean I'm skillful?
Mm-hmm.
I think SRT2 is similarly broken to the original, but in a different way.
Yeah, it's just a different game.
Yeah. 3 I can't speak that much. I started learning 3 though. Nerf. It's not the one you want me to learn, but it's 3 still.
My experience with 3 casually was not very good. The
Yeah.
game is so unfinished, dude.
Yeah, it's really, you can really tell that, like, you can like just like soft lock it kind of at the beginning. If you skip the 3 cutscenes too fast, you can just get a black screen and move around it, like being blind. The very
Lovely.
start of the game.
Did you know? I've got a clip from my playthrough. I always link when I want to sum up my opinion of that game, so hopefully we'll be able to find it fairly quick.
You did
Searching
some really
now.
cool stuff in the 3rd game though, in that sort of thing.
So, Hansel and Greta, they are returning characters from Spyro 2 in, what's that level called? Scorch? Yeah.
Yeah.
But now they have, martial arts skills, and,
Trained
that's
by
about
you.
it. Huh?
Trained by
Oh,
you.
yeah. Only Handel. Actually, no, I do have a dodge class as well. So I guess.
Oh my days.
Handel, this is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. What's that? Angular sizing.
How do you say it?
Just handle it.
And I don't like the ah.
I mean, sure, a German person's gonna be like, Handel.
50 people play? I don't know about that. I mean, these games sold like millions of copies, right? So it's like, you never know who did runs and never submitted.
You probably call him Handel because it's something like Han Solo, right?
You think I like Star Wars a lot more than I do? I haven't seen a Star Wars movie in like 10 years.
You like Palpatine.
You like Palpatine. You're the one that quotes him all the time.
I know one line.
You used to quote him all the time.
I know one line.
That's
It's
a
like-
pretty good time for 117, to be honest.
His left where I can kill the summons and just start again.
Especially for 2004, you're ahead of the game.
Got the segmented 430 or 440 or something in 2006.
Oh, was it really like 4 hours back then?
Yeah, well segmented, but still. Cannibal
That's not cool
Canine.
that it wasn't like... It's not good. But it's like way super old. I'd be curious to see what the like strats look like.
It's on SDA, just chopped up into a lot of different videos, segmented.
Kind of interesting to think about, like the speedrun you're running now, like 13 years ago or however long.
Yeah. I think one of the most ahead of their time kind of deals with speedrunning, at least that I know of, is like Saboom with Spyro. That guy was
Yeah.
doing like 40 and 80%, 41 and 80% in like 2011, 2012 or something, or 2012.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Saboom is nothing in that game. No one's even close to being as good as him in that Spyro one.
In anything. That's
In
how I feel.
anything, in life also.
It's funny, it took him so long to get into 120 properly. I think he subbed 130 in like 2014. It's like 80% only for a long time. Or 80% seriously only.
He just came back the other night.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like in 2014, that's when he first subbed 130.
Yeah, no, I know.
So here's some lore. Bartholomew asked you to get his ball back from the Yeti. This Yeti that you're beating the crap out of right now. You have to beat him twice. And at the end of it, Bartholomew realizes the Yeti never even took his ball. So he just sicks you on this random guy. You beat him into the ground twice, probably caused permanent brain damage, CTE. And then it was for no reason.
Yeah. I feel like this says a lot about society.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was the reason why those CTE rules got placed in like sports, right?
Yeah, no, I think so. It was after watching this. That's why they put refs back in boxing as well.
Look at
we need
his
somebody
head
to
just
stop
snap
us.
back when you punch him. Like, that's like...
Before this game was released, TKOs didn't exist, only KOs. So they were like, we need to put a ref in there to stop it before it gets too bad.
You're kind of getting smacked up, Nerf. Is he supposed to hit you that much?
He really didn't want to die. He's gonna put me in his combo video.
Is this what all this Tekken practice has led up to?
Yep. Just running their face
Using
in that.
This is better than
Staple
Tekken,
Jack
to be
combos
honest.
right now.
Yeah, this is how you play Tekken.
This is more interesting than Tekken, so...
I mean... No. It's a low blow.
Hey. I just know Evil's listening somewhere. I want to trigger him.
I think he's at work. No, it's still Sunday for the EU. I forgot. It's Monday here now. Monday, 3 AM. I'm probably gonna go to bed after this run. Head on in, Spyro. Is that even... That is a line, but I'm not even sure that's the right one. Why are we thinking of Cow?
Great. Freeze
I
the
don't pay
cats
money
and
bags
push
on
them into my goal to
nose
score.
lines.
If you flame the cats, flame meaning freeze, because you have the special breath. If you freeze the cats while they're above the plane of the ice rink, so if you freeze them as they're coming out of the spawn thing, the game considers them out of bounds and immediately gives the goal to the opponent. So you can lose this in like 10 seconds if you wanted to. It's unfortunate. If they just made the other decision, like if an out of bounds cat gave you a goal instead of the opponent, it'd be a really broken challenge.
That's something I don't think I've ever done myself. Like, I've heard of it, but I just never tried it, personally. To add to the speedrun resume.
Thanks for helping out.
There are certain enemies in a few of the levels that are just filler enemies, where The enemies there and most enemies have gems, but some of them just don't. They just are there. Yeah, so there's like one, the knight at the beginning of Charmed Ridge is one of those, and a lot of the mammoths in the middle of that large area toward the end of level don't have gems either.
Yeah. And there's also one of the towers there killing snowmen, but there's no snowman. It's just kind of pointless. I mean, you can vaporize the mammoths if you want to, but it's no use for it. You don't go into it in the speedrun.
Somebody mentioned earlier about how they like Spyro 2 more than any of the other Spyros. One thing I will say, other than to just generally disagree with that, is that I really like how Spyro 2 used the power-ups. They felt so connected with the level and intertwined with the level. Whereas in Spyro 3, they feel just like a very small, separate side portion of the level.
Spyro 2 is just better design, better game design, better game overall.
I don't know about it. It's like a rough draft. I don't know.
I like 2 as a game more, but I like 3 as a speedrun. Overall. Though 2 does have my favorite run. Just in general, I think 3 is better speedruns across the board.
In original, I 3 is better in the original. I agree there. Three in the original has overall better categories. Like 2 has 100%. That's good. That's it. And this
That's
has,
exactly how I feel.
And this all three categories are pretty good. So.
Exactly. That's how I feel. We're on the same wavelength. Oh yeah, here's that clip, by the way. I forgot to link it when we were talking about my experience with SRT3 before. It sums up my experience with the game in one clip.
Apparently the developers never even considered doing a 4th homeworld in Spyro 2. The original plan was to do 3. It's kind of weird thematically for that to be true.
Like Winter Tundra is such a good way to end that game.
Yeah. That's another thing in Spyro 2. The homeworlds are a lot better than Spyro 3.
Oh yeah. I like some of the homeworlds in Spyro 3.
I think Spyro 1 is the best homeworlds though. Maybe not in music, but in just design. There's a lot more like, I don't know, hidden things to find.
I don't know,
Yeah,
Spyro 2 has that too. Not as much, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's just Winter Tundra has like the orb from when you go into water and it's like at the top of the waterfall.
You have the
Autumn
one in
Plains
Summer Forest. Autumn Plains has like stuff on the bridges.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
not
I
a
don't think
secret
these
though.
are very.
I get it.
Yeah, they're not terribly interesting secrets.
I like the secret inspired. I always love the secret inspired too. Like where you bash in the wall and you go up on
Autumn
you go up
Plains?
in the castle and stuff.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
I don't have any memories of that.
I think that's like one of the most iconic things in Spyro 2 is you bashing that wall, go up, fly to the wood.
Yeah, I wasn't a true kid. So.
I guess not.
I wish that the whirlwind in Midnight Mountain had been planted enough then. I thought that was really cool. To go to the secret island.
Yeah, that's an SRT actually.
Oh, is it actually?
What is an SRT?
The whirlwind after you beat sorcerers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
You know it's not cool?
Dying in the Sparks level.
Yep.
Just turn up the FPS, do more damage.
You're
Do
right
that here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What FPS do these games run on anyway? 30?
29.97 or something.
Okay.
Like that.
I think they receive inputs at 60, I think.
Is that true? I think it's more.
I think there's a
No, I'm
difference.
just spouting bullshit.
Does that mean every single trick in this game is just really easy? Like, small frame ones like Zombie.
I mean, they are pretty easy.
Yeah, because it's 30. I haven't tried any tricks in this game. I just this.
Play 100 egg.
Maybe. That has a lot of cool stuff.
It does. Much better character than 8%.
It's true.
See?
I can leave. I mean, I stayed up there with you guys, but I can just leave the call whenever I want. I don't know
90% I
about.
feel like is cool, but it comes down to into like your level. You have to deal with like RNG just deciding to run, right? It's kinda...
I mean, that's true with 100 egg if you get a good time too.
Yeah.
Just no one's gotten a good time.
Well, with the route these days, I mean, it's hard to even get a good run going. So many ways to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Like my best one in practice, like a high 3.
What's the ideal time for 100 right now? Anyway, it used to be 51, right? Now it'd be like
I mean, PS2, I'd probably be happy with a 50, but I think my summer base is like 49-30 or something now.
oh nice.
I mean, I don't even know what I would want to go for. But I guess being a minute off is not impossible to ask for.
No, not in a category that's like 50 minutes. You could definitely into it.
Spyro.
The most memorable song in 3. I actually, interesting fact, another one. I don't know any Spyro 3 music at all. Even it's not because I don't listen to the game with volume, because I have volume on every single time I play. I just don't know a single song.
Wow. I feel like the Sony Villa music is the most memorable. It's not my favorite, but it's probably the most memorable.
Because you hear it all the time.
Yeah, because you hear it all the time. Every time you start the game. Or the homeworld music in Sunrise. That.
The Homeworld music in SRT, like Sunrise, is actually probably my favorite track in the whole trilogy.
I like it. It's good in SRT.
You did it.
It's
I
like
played
that.
the original music in that game though. So.
Yeah, like my favorite tracks are just... Yeah, like overall I prefer the original, but I think the best tracks are Sunrise and Fireworks Factory.
Fireworks Factory is good.
Yeah.
Alright, Nerf, concentrate. This is redemption right here.
Are you gonna do the proxy?
No, he's gonna actually have a good sorceress, because both of us had a terrible sorceress in our
Yes.
race.
I'm gonna proxy off Agent 9 and flame a cannon over. I'm definitely redeeming myself.
You think this is the worst fight in Spyro 3?
No
That's
way.
good.
This is the best fight in Spyro 3 by far.
Yeah?
No, I'm serious.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess Scorch is the worst one, right?
Scorch is the worst, but like I'm genuinely serious in saying this is like by far, in my opinion, the best fight.
Okay.
Not when it goes like this, but you know.
Think it's better than Ripped Out?
I think it's the best fight in the trilogy.
Oops. Wait. That was on 3 hits? I thought it was on 2. Wait. No. That doesn't make any sense. What? Hello? My brain? Not working. Send help. Please fix. I don't even know what the hell's going on. Alright, I'll try not to miss UFO shot.
What happened in the music here? On version 1.0, the music doesn't
Good
come to the
enough,
way. No.
It's a very fast UFO. Look at that, look at that.
No.
She's
Uh,
Just watch. Dude, just watch. Yeah, come on. Here, give it to me. I don't understand.
No.
Never get it.
The music is different because on version 1.0 there are certain tracks that aren't applied to the correct levels. So this is one of those tracks, you get the wrong theme.
Did you explain why you play on that version?
Version 1.0 is faster. In this category there are a lot of little things that add up. Some of the big ones are no Spike is Born cutscenes. You can pause out of speedways a little bit earlier. Nerf mentioned there was one thing slower in this category, with the Whirligig animation going back into Midday Gardens. The Bianca text is a little bit slower. The balloon coming down from sunrise is a little bit slower, but the net time save is actually time save. Like it's a good thing to run in this game. 117 is the only one where I've heard people like they almost prefer running on 1.1 because there are some things that only happen on 1.0 that really can mess up your runs. One of those is there's a glitch in Charm Bridge in the Siege Challenge where the wooden floor won't break. Is that correct, Nerf?
Yeah, but you can just jump down where the gate is and the gate will be open.
But regardless, it is like a time loss, right? And then I think, I'm not positive, this could just be a theory, but the extra lap that happens in Harbor Speedway during the Hunters Challenge, that really only happens on 1.0 as well, right?
Ring glitch.
That was good. I hope you get that here to show it off.
Yeah, I'm hoping, yeah, I hope so too.
No, I'm gonna actively avoid that.
Yeah, because it's avoided by not, like you don't get too close to Hunter, right? Then it doesn't happen.
Yeah, just sandbag a little.
Yeah. But there are actually quite a few changes between the versions. The main reasons the 1.1 was made, the main reasons were there's an ungettable gem in Fireworks Factory depending on difficulty. You have to change the difficulty back to get a couple of the gems, 2 red gems. And then the speedway glitches. But they didn't just correct those, they corrected quite a lot of things. So, peppered throughout the run, there are a lot of differences.
Interesting to think about. That's kind of what a patch was like back in the day.
Yeah.
You gotta get a whole new disc, a whole new copy.
What's that picture, Thailand? Can't click it right now.
Access denied. You don't have access to this dashboard.
Okay.
It's unfortunate.
You didn't
Cam
take
knows
that
how I
far.
feel.
Oh,
Hmm?
In regards to
Never
what?
Yawning.
Yeah. Tired.
It's not normal whip, but it is known. There's a way that you can duplicate one of the red gems in the end of level area that Greta goes through during her cutscene. In the route that we use, it's corrected because you go into a loading screen right after you get the end of level leg, and that corrects the duplication. But if you go back into that room before you go into the Agent 9 area, sometimes you pick up a second red gem when you shouldn't. So it gives you 601. Yeah, the Collector's Edition and the Greatest Hits version are both version 1.1, and the Black Label is version 1.0. At least for NTSC. I don't know how the versions work out for PAL.
Oops. Didn't glide as soon as I could there.
Yeah, they have some, because I think they use like a copy-paste tool for placing gems in the level. This isn't relevant to the duplication, but there are some gems that are doubled, like in Enchanted Towers. There are a couple of 2 gems that are just stacked right on top of each other. In Bamboo Terrace, and then in Enchanted Towers, I think there are 2 red gems stacked on top of each other as well.
Yeah, Ty, they're not really 1.1. They're more fixed than 1.0, but they're their own separate thing. Got its own quirks and whatnot. It's definitely more fixed than 1.0 at least. Okay, do I remember how to do this? Don't want to do the 100 egg one.
I've been training. Just watch out for the shark riders. They're
No, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just gonna not even try. I could only think of the 100 egg route. Yeah, that's very different. 100 egg, you actually need all the
How
gems.
hard is it for you, especially when you do like 100 egg in a marathon, and you do 117 in a marathon? How hard is it to like switch modes?
I've forgotten like 5 times or so already, so
Yeah.
it's a little jarring sometimes, especially if you've only played like the majority of one of them.
Yeah, I find that super difficult when I do like 80% too, and then I start learning 100%, and then I come back and do 80% run, then I start doing things like getting gems and stuff.
Nice.
It's tough.
It's
So
really
should I
hard to
just-
switch categories in this.
Yeah, I should have just gotten all the gems all on Manta. I don't know why I didn't, because you used to swing around solo. It's okay.
No, that's just it's an inherent problem with FDS in Spyro 3. It's not specific to 1.0 or 1.1. You can fix it if you open your PS2 up and then close it. It'll fix the crash if you've done that
Nerf is
process
famous
correctly.
for that, so.
Yeah. The most likely cutscene to crash is that introductory cutscene, the second one, because there are 3 introductory cutscenes. The second one crashes almost all the time for most people. And then there are some other cutscene crashes that can happen throughout the run but don't happen as consistently. And it seems to be the case that 90Ks don't crash as often, right? For PS2 models
It's just
compared to
generally,
fat
like,
PS2s.
the higher the number, the better.
Yeah. It's just how the game handles FDS stuff.
Spurred off that guy's head. Oh, I think I missed a 2 gem there.
It definitely looked like you missed something there.
Yeah, 90Ks is generally a good bet to get for speedrunning. Although Suboom and I both noticed that, like I think he noticed it when he was playing Crash 3. I noticed it when I was playing Spyro 3. That we seemed to get more lag on 90Ks. Although the game ran better in general, there were odd lag spots that happened that were consistent lag spots that we could prevent. But it was just strange. But it's
Hi, Spyro.
hardly been thoroughly tested. It was purely anecdotal. Yeah, I'm not sure what. I think PAL FDS doesn't crash as often in general, but I haven't heard of any differences between 1.1 and 1.0.
It's okay, from like 5 levels to go.
Oh, are we already
Speed
that
it up,
close?
man. I want to watch Spyro Orange. It's way cooler than this.
3 levels, Speedway, and it's... Well, 3 after this one.
Spyro Orange actually recently, they saved like, I don't know, 30 minutes or an hour off the run or something. Made it the new trip. So,
Nice.
yeah.
This one you played, right, JT?
Yeah, I played a miscellaneous category for it though.
Oh.
So Ika pulls a 9, just routed a bunch of stuff. It's pretty irrelevant to the main thing. Although the Crush Gold fight, I think is relevant, but everything else is just routing for the miscellaneous category specifically.
Spyro Orange actually looks pretty cool. You don't have to do like everything a million times anymore.
Not quite sure what this is going to be. It's not that Scorpion doesn't give a gem. Oh, right. These 2 baskets. Yeah, because I had to go and get the other gem, so I didn't come at the normal approach there. That makes sense.
Your opinion's about to change. Spyro Orange is about to
Blow your mind.
Blow your mind. It's gonna be the best run of the event. Second behind my run that I did earlier.
And mine.
I wasn't even considering yours in the... Like at
Oh.
all.
Okay.
I mean, you lost to JT earlier, and this is not even gonna be a sub 3, so...
It's not even gonna be a sub 3. That was
No,
never
I've
even
only-
really on the table.
You know, I've only ever had one sub 3.
Is that your current PB? That's the only time you've done that?
Yep.
A bastard.
Well, at least you're someone best though. Isn't that like a 252? 251.
51. Nearly
Yeah.
250.
So you got like 9 minutes of leeway and you still can't do it.
Nope. What can I say? You really gotta keep on your toes for practicing it. I think that's the main reason. It's a lot of maintenance.
Wasn't I
time
overestimate? No, I was not overestimate. I was under by like 4 minutes.
I could believe you an overestimate.
I did not go overestimate. The only thing that was bad in my run was RNG.
I don't know, man. Can you prove it?
That's not the only thing that was bad. Those were the worst parts.
Sorry, JD. This conversation is so boring.
I didn't want to say anything, but
Listen.
Just as
I feel like JT would really like Spyro to any percent in SRT.
nice.
Seems like his type of speed category. Just do hard tricks the whole time.
Now I can.
sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I don't
I
have a
remember you told me
PS4
that once, that's
or,
what you
or
like in speed
Switch
games.
or PC. Yeah, that is what I like. The glitchier the better. As long as you still get some gameplay. Like I think although Spyro 2 is technically like any percent is glitchier than 14 Talisman, I prefer 14 Talisman.
14,000 is way better.
Yeah.
Any percent is just not interesting.
Well, my problem is like I feel like the bosses are the worst part of Spyro a lot of the time, and so Spyro 20% just condenses all the worst parts of the game. You have to do all that.
I think the only bad one is Gulp. And don't fight him for more than 10 seconds in SRTs.
Mm.
It's funny you say that, JT, what you said about bosses, because that's what I've heard from Mega Man people say. They say that
Oh,
the
really?
bosses are just the worst part of the run. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just enjoy the platform.
I hate Mega Man, dude. Those games suck. Let's be honest. They suck and are hard.
I really like the music.
Yep.
Yeah, JT really likes it as well.
So you can see that it says you already have this egg for Tony, and the egg nerf that nerf just collected. What that means is that he's been exposed for cheating. Put modded ISOs into his game to make him go faster.
I would believe that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean,
It's
have to do-
card
you have to
0,
do
0,
it
0 all over again.
yeah, that is what it is. So it's
Never
kind
played Crash, so I don't expect you to be any good at zigzagging. So this has to be cheating.
of yeah. So I mean, it's a little embarrassing for Nerf to have that show up in a marathon run, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I had to do it to him.
Probably should let someone who's actually good at zigzagging play this for you.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably save like 10 or 20 seconds here off that alone. How
Too
much
greedy.
time does zigzagging even save here?
Enough.
Enough? Okay. It's a respectable answer.
Did you get that 10? Oh. Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
He looks absolutely ridiculous when you're zigzagging.
So zigzagging in third person is a little bit different than zigzagging in first person. When you zigzag in first person, you can hold whatever direction you want. You want to hold forward usually, and then you mash one of the camera center buttons, strafing buttons, and you hold the other one. But at least to get the zigzag started in third person, you have to hold a diagonal, I think, right?
Yes. That's true.
Good, good.
Mm-hmm. Heat up sauce. Why'd you heat up sauce?
It depends on the sauce. Like, would you heat up ketchup? Because that's gross.
I would not. Oh, here's the question though, because I heard Ty one time talk about ketchup. Not to call you out, Ty, but I guess that's what we're doing. He was saying like, oh, how do people keep ketchup in the fridge? Because you put it on a hot dog. Hot dogs are hot. You want warm ketchup. I don't get it.
Yeah, it sounds uncultured to me.
I think it even says like refrigerate on the ketchup.
Yeah, you should definitely refrigerate ketchup.
It's a
Barbecue sauce, you
perishable
probably
item.
don't have to refrigerate that, but ketchup for sure.
I'm fine with it either way. I don't really care.
Would you like to see?
I think I usually like
I
what
don't
I
really like ketchup
unconsciously
that much, though, to be honest with you.
I unconsciously put it in the pantry. I don't refrigerate it, but okay, I don't mind either way.
Spicy ketchup. The one ketchup that it just tastes weird to me is banana ketchup. I had it at, no, it's a thing. I had
That
it
sounds awful.
at a couple of my friends' houses. It's like a Filipino condiment, I think. But it tastes weird. It doesn't taste like ketchup.
All the Filipinos are wrong.
Ketchup, bottom tier condiment, I agree. Barbecue sauce is #1.
Yeah, it's because it's not called ketchup. It's called tomato sauce. Tomato sauce. I don't even know if they're the same thing, honestly. I mean, they're close enough, right? I mean, they had
I don't like
something
mustard
cold
either.
ketchup against.
Mustard has a weird taste to it I can't get behind. Not that it's bad, I just prefer not.
Yeah, I never understood why mustard exists.
It's a weird, like, it has a
I would-
weird
I would-
like,
I would-
aftertaste that I don't like.
It would be if mustard didn't exist. I think life would just go on. You know.
Yeah, I would be
Nothing
pretty
really changes.
content with that.
I like some mustards. Honey mustard is really good.
I don't know, I could put barbecue sauce in anything
I'm
and be
afraid my
happy,
mag-
so.
A light tap on the head should sort them out. But watch out for my friend. They're trying to burrow after them.
So this challenge, there's a triangle of spawn points that only spawns the moles. And so
Yes.
you're supposed to have to really guess, like whether it's a mole or a wizard. Not guess, but wait for it to actually show what it is.
You have to guess. It's a guessing game, basically.
But in this case, you just go to that spot and hit a bunch of guys, and then you're good.
Whack-a-mole, essentially.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a very good job of it.
No. Mayo is trash. Mayo is not that good. I don't like it that much.
There's only a couple things I like mayo on. Like in general, I don't really like it, but I like it with like ham
I
and
don't like
chicken.
sour cream either.
Oh yeah, never been a fan.
That's like if I ask for no sour cream and they still put it on, whatever. But
I like sour cream with Mexican food, but otherwise I don't like it.
that's what I mean. Like if you order something from a Mexican place, I always say no sour cream, but they sometimes put it on anyway, and I still eat it. But
You ignore my no sour cream. More like no money for you.
Just walk out.
sour cream is pretty. Yeah, don't like it. Ruins.
I've never dined and dashed.
Never.
Good for
A
you.
single time.
You guys very stoic.
I
I'm very
definitely
what?
had the opportunity to do it a few times, but I'm a good Samaritan and never have done it.
Greek
Such
yogurt.
brave people holding back their primal urges to dine and dash.
I prefer normal yogurt, like in taste, but Greek yogurt has so much protein that I do it with that. I have Greek yogurt twice a day. Because I think it's called Chobani, strawberry Greek yogurt. You stir it up and it has like 13 grams of protein. It's a lot.
I don't like cream cheese either, but I do like whipped cream.
I've never really had yogurt outside of calcium as a kid.
Never had yogurt ever.
It was like I saw the look of it. It kind of reminded me of like McDonald's sundaes, and like just at the bottom is like all this like thick stuff. It just was really gross. It's like I don't want to eat that.
What about some Danimals? Didn't you never had that?
Danimals.
Or
Yeah.
Go-Gurt. Go-Gurt's pretty good too.
Yogurt is good.
Which, to be fair, I do like McDonald's sundaes now. Like I eat all that stuff at the bottom. But in the past, I just ate this top and then looked at the bottom and thought it was gross. That's how I always went. So I'm sure I'd like the yogurt these days, but I just never buy it. I think this run is on par for like 3-0s. Oh no, I have to backtrack. Okay,
Yeah,
well
you do.
before I had to backtrack, it was looking like a 307-ish. Maybe if the backtrack's fast enough, I can come underestimate.
If you're any good, you would be done in like a minute. But...
Mm-hmm.
Back
That's
in
true.
that. I will say, because both of my parents are vegan, and my uncle and my aunt, my cousin. Well, my uncle's vegan, my aunt, my cousin are vegetarian, my brother is vegetarian. So I've had quite a bit of vegan food over the last like 10 years, and the cheese has improved a lot. It used to be really bad. Now it's actually decent as a facsimile of real cheese.
Your New York blood. That's true. New York pizza is the only way to experience pizza. So
Wait, what?
never tried any vegan food.
There we go.
You having trouble?
No,
There you
I'm
go.
good. Okay, now 10 gem in the side area. There's no 10 gems above, so this is very cut and dry.
Italian pizza is bad. Wow. Wanna tell Evil that you said that?
A 1 gem. Oh, I just just never went down there. Okay. Interesting.
Sausage is better than bacon. I actually agree with that take.
I think both are good.
I like bacon too, like a lot, but I like.
I wouldn't be able
sausage
to
more.
decide which is better.
Just get both. That's what
I
I
have
tend to do. I get both.
That's ideal, but I definitely don't have bacon frequently at all. I have
Yeah.
not sausage much more often. It's more readily available, I guess.
So, Sir, the right.
Depends on the bacon too. Yeah, like turkey bacon, that sucks.
Do you see that plant pot? That was really fun. Oh, I didn't get this one? It must have
I
failed.
love breakfast sausages like, a lot. Breakfast food is the best kind of food.
And the classic 2 gem. Okay, well that's everything. I think that took longer than 2 minutes, so sub estimate, I guess, is not terribly likely anymore, but it'll be close.
This is so sad.
Despacito, play Country Roads.
Which side character music is the best at Nerfripp?
I don't know. I think any of them are particularly interesting, honestly.
Let's see. There you have it.
I'm just talking to this guy afterwards. That's fine.
I see you. I've waited.
So the menuing for some of the text in this level is more complex than usual, because you actually have to answer questions. They have riddles. Something about eggs, something about footsteps. I don't know.
Something about something.
Yeah, 12 years. It's like a simple math problem for tanks. It's talking about a vessel in the end of level, and then the other one is talking about things that follow you or something.
The tanks one is just a trick question. It's like, if one dragon can lay one egg in 12 years, how long would it take 100 dragons to lay 100 eggs? But the answer doesn't change.
Yeah. Also, that is a huge skip that he just did. So you zigzag and go on top of the wall, and then you skip the entire challenge. It's a long challenge because it's clearing the caves. You have to kill all the enemies, and it takes forever. The skip probably saves like a good minute or more, right?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I've never even done that challenge in a run. Like, it's always just been skip. Nice. Oh, nice one.
The enemies in this level, the mummified earth shapers, they can only be destroyed by the exploding snowballs, rocks that they throw. Same with the mummy coffins, the sarcophagus, sarcophaguses. What's the plural on that? Someone look it up. It might be both. There are a few of those. Like I know foci is the plural of focus, but focuses is also accepted. So maybe it's both.
Maybe it's on cactus.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my favorite level in the game.
Really?
Just because of, yeah. Just,
Apparently, also an acceptable plural of octopus is octopodes.
fuck. Okay.
Such a brave
Oh, I did a thing. What?
Hey, hit the guy.
Whoa, what's happening? Oh, it just killed me. I'm so confused. What the hell is that? I don't know what happened.
My, such a brave reptile you are.
Dude, I'm getting destroyed. This is crazy. Dude, this guy's owning me. What the hell? I'm actually really confused. This is like never challenge never goes out. Yeah. Well, just in awe of what's happening in this challenge right now. This is a monumental occasion. Hope you guys are enjoying it. It's never before seen style of challenge.
It is too late for that, Seeker. You should have said that like a minute ago.
You should have said that like 2 hours ago.
Before I had to backtrack, yeah. Oh, second level.
We already cut a run.
So the strat there is to get him to blow himself up, but I can't remember how to do it. You just glide over him, but I can't remember if you ever hover or not. It shows how he can blow himself, so. Sounds right. Yeah, this movement here, when done well, is really cool. I like this part. Actually, that was pretty slow, but it's still cool.
This is something you found when you were going through the category, learning it and trying to revisit all the strats and theories that hadn't really been explored, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently I was out of his range. I didn't realize. Kind of threw it in anticipation. It's fine, I can just grab another one over here. So one more rock to finish the level.
So into these jackals, Nerf is charge jumping rather than just charging. Both would kill the jackal, but charge jumping into the jackal makes the recoil more efficient. We can start charging soon after, rather than having to wait for a little bit while he's concussed.
That's a good point, Tara. Get more Spyro 3 action.
Okay, so the time is about 3 hours right now.
Yep.
This all takes 7 minutes.
Do you think you could still sub 3?
Yeah.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah, I'm going over this.
So what, do you have this, and you have some bonus round and stuff?
Harvest Speedway, yeah.
Yeah, definitely going over this.
I would say there's about 17 minutes left.
Wow.
Now I thought it was like close to being able to beat Estimate if I didn't have to backtrack, but no, that was clearly wrong. Definitely didn't add up the time, so.
How much did you practice for this, to be honest?
Next to nothing.
Wow.
Wow. See, this is what happens when you don't practice for your marathon. You go over and test it.
Well, I had no intention of playing in the marathon at all. I signed up late actually, they had to extend the application, but this game had very few submissions compared to everything else, so
Yeah.
I felt obligated to.
No, it's not the same. Spyrothon's not the same without you, Joe. You just gotta be here every time.
That's what I'm saying, where to follow.
I feel like I can play this category even when rusty. It still looks fine, I'm sure. At least most people watching. So I'm sure they don't mind. Alright guys.
I don't know, we all kinda wanna watch Spyro Orange, dude. Hurry the fuck up.
Bro. Hope you do me like that.
That's what all 100 people here are for. Why do you think 100 people are something in the thing? Spyro Orange is next.
There's a cool swimming area that is pretty unique that you can do in this level. Nerf won't do it, it's not fast, but you can get saved while you're underwater, and that actually is really relevant because it saves what state you're in. So you get saved while you're underwater in the death abuse, and then you just get spawned in swim state. Also kind of interesting is that there's an area for it, an unfinished area. That was going to replace, I think, the Agent 9 area that has like an arena that just is empty. That's pretty cool too. Behind a mountain.
And just reminding you all to remind me to show that frog thing in the evening after that, real quick.
One of them dino-
I'll rush over there, so I don't waste too much time. So if you want, you guys can just periodically type like frog or something, so it'll just be like a chain of reminders. Or frog emoji, yeah, that works.
That was
So these wind tunnel challenges, even though it kind of seems like it's scripted, like auto-scrolled movement, it doesn't matter how you cut corners. So Nerf optimizes it pretty well in terms of taking the inside route whenever he can. Yeah.
Yeah,
watch this
basic
too.
Good luck to
speed
you.
run things, you know, taking good lines.
Yeah, the nice thing about this challenge is no matter what health you enter in, it'll always give you 75% back. Which I guess is regular gold level spot.
Yeah. The egg that he gets after he finishes this challenge, it's actually one of the ones in contention for being put into 100 egg. There's a trigger skip that allows you to not have to do this challenge before you get the egg, and then it's really fast. But the trigger skip is quite inconsistent. I think Saboom said that he does it like once every 30 minutes, and Nerf does it, I don't know, not consistently, but more consistently than most people, and I've done it like twice.
What trigger skip?
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't it takes you a few minutes every time, doesn't it?
I think I've only done it once.
Oh, really? Okay, then you've lied to me in a call before.
Have I? I don't even remember. That sounds plausible.
Yeah.
I've done that multiple times.
Yeah, okay, we can't all be as good as you.
Why can't we glitch Spyro into this minigame? Spyro can't glitch into this minigame because he wouldn't be able to death abuse in the transition. We can glitch the text like we do in Agent Spyro and the other ones I mentioned earlier. But if Spyro can't death abuse in that room, then at some point we just have to go back and talk to the guy.
Yeah, that's actually just the only reason. You can break out of the talk box for every single challenge, but you just can't die in this thing. Or escape.
I don't think Spyro would be able to complete this challenge anyway, though.
No, you'd probably just flame it and die. Similar to, I think, doing what's it called? The bamboo autoscroller with the zombie. You just sit there and flame. Obviously, it doesn't work. Because you just pass straight through the power up, you can't grab it. Oh, I did miss that one. I thought I saw it homing. Almost went off the edge. Okay. I was not expecting to get such a burst of movement speed right there. That was interesting. Like, look how much speed I get in such a short time. It's crazy. Like the perfect zigzag.
There are a lot of doctors in this community. Alleged doctors. By their usernames aren't actual doctors.
Yeah, he
Like,
doesn't even. One of the chefs doesn't even play Spyro 1. Why would you name yourself that? And then
Both,
runs Spyro 3. It doesn't make any sense.
Ansem and Asht are both not doctors.
No, Ansem is a seeker. A darkness.
You should be a Kingdom Hearts guy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this is the last level before
The
Super
last
bonus round. Yeah, this is the penultimate level right here.
Time for a ring
and-
glitch.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, you mean failing that through? Is that a ring glitch?
How would I know, Jeremy Thompson? Because you would have told me if you were. I'm positive of that.
Seeker, what is your relationship with Kingdom Hearts? You have to know.
Well, if you call him Seeker, probably. Probably has a pretty big relation to Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, I think so. It would have come up by now. I'm pretty sure.
If he has no relation to Kingdom Hearts, I have many questions.
It's all a big coincidence. So, salvation is on the horizon.
You mean you're not gonna stick around and watch Spyro, aren't you?
Maybe from bed.
I'm not gonna watch it. I might watch it after that. But I've been up way too long. Oh, that's a weird jump. You know what I mean, Nerf?
Yeah.
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 Yes. I know that. There's got to be a better way to cheat the race. Unfortunately, if you go too far off track, then you automatically fail. So you actually have to go through all the rings. So probably not.
Okay, find one. It's not.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Go full Mario Kart 64 in this game. Yeah, okay, so. Was indeed a scuffed run. Yeah, I like the harbor out. That was mostly it. This two things, but relatively quick back. Oops, that was not moving. Everyone's favorite challenge. Hunt his ass. Tell how much attention is being paid by my fellow speedrunners.
I am paying attention.
Please commentate this channel.
Okay. Go through rings many times. That's pretty much all it is. You just follow the UFO. And it's kind of like, it reminds me of the Spyro 2 Seahorse Challenge. It's basically the same thing. But you get a good look from Hunter every once in a while.
No ring glitch today.
Yeah.
On to the final level, after I find the stray tin gem in the homeworld. Which is usually outside Sorceress. So we'll see if it is. It was.
You've collected all the gems.
Mm-hmm. Now we can kill Cortex.
Okay,
See
so
if
the
I can-
beginning of. Oh, go ahead. You go.
This place
Let's
is
see if
where
I can do the
sorceress
UFO.
hid all her treasure. But after she was defeated, a
So
bunch of
at the
thieves
beginning
got
of
started. If you can catch
this
the
level,
thieves, you're more
Nerf
than
skips to
welcome
a gate
keep
that
the
allows
treasure.
him to have. I mean, I think it's timed, but it's pretty long. The super fly and super fireball. So you can just use that to roam around and get all the gems he wants to get. And the thieves become a lot easier. Thieves are already pretty easy though, you can fake them out really easily. These are gem thieves instead of egg thieves. Big difference.
Mm-hmm.
What's
That's,
the... Oh,
that's pretty close to the route actually, but I did miss one guy. But it's good enough.
here we go. Let me get the lore right here. When Spyro enters this realm, which is revealed as mountainous and snowy, with poisonous pink acid all around, he is greeted by Bianca, who tells him that this place is where the sorcerers stash all of her treasure. However, thieves came and took some of it. When you defeat a thief, you'll get plenty of gems, about 300 or so in total. There are several thieves, and once you defeat all of them, a door which was previously locked due to a requirement will open. In this door, Hunter will tell Spyro that he fixed up an old submarine that he can ride in to take out the Rhinox submarines in the water. Doing so will grant you many gems, just like with the thieves. There are 7 subs in total. Another door will open after its requirement is met, 17,000 gems. And then there are like 3 more paragraphs. It's a lot of reading, so I'm gonna skip it. Apparently though, the Yetis that you race are called the Sasquatch 6. I didn't know that.
I think I did actually. So yeah, for the snipes, I actually missed every single one. So, round of applause. Not the slowest back up though. So.
Is this even gonna be a sub 320?
Yeah, it is. Alright.
Okay.
There's only like 2 minutes left.
I was gonna... Maybe we can all roast you for that, if it wasn't.
Yeah, nah, don't worry.
If there's a Harry Potter analog. Well, this does remind me of the Sorceress confrontation at the end. In Harry Potter 1, when Harry Potter goes down through the series of tasks that the teachers have set up to guard the Sorcerer's Stone, comes to the Mirror set and Quirrell is there with Voldemort on the back of his head. The confrontations are similar. So... No, that was just the wiki. I don't know where my strategy guide is. It's somewhere in storage, I think.
Did not need to go up that far. The hill.
This reminds me of the part in Harry Potter where Hermione says... Hermione says, she's trying to say, you won't make a fool of yourself, it's in your blood. But she has a weird accent for some reason, and she says, you won't, but she says it in a weird way that sounds like you will almost. She's like, you will make a fool of yourself, it's in your blood. And that's messed up, because his parents are dead. She's insulting his dad.
We're still in the skip in the last lap there because Ellie actually got ahead of me. But I don't want to.
Nerf, have you seen this stupid stuff in
Oh,
here
shit.
in Reignited that you do with like the
Yeah.
some ridiculous crap in here.
Yeah, you like right on the side and go like turbo speed.
Yeah.
And by the way, another gripe I have with the movies is that they just change needless details. Like in
Yeah.
that scene that I just mentioned, they have James Potter as a seeker on the Quidditch team, where in the books he's a chaser. Why change that? Like, why? Doesn't make sense.
Immersion ruined. It's a good stream, by the way.
Yeah, you're dropping a lot of frames.
It's not me.
I didn't know if that was you or if
It's
that was
not.
Phoenix. So,
No, it's not me. That was happening earlier today, June 40 on.
okay.
Okay, I believe I missed one gym.
PowerPoint hype.
Does this trick wanna work? Do I have to jump? Okay, I guess jumping is the key. Alright. Oh yeah, I missed like every gym on the track by the way.
So about the sub 320.
Yeah, this is RTA, so you know, it's sub 320 normal time.
Yeah.
Never mind, I missed more gyms. Okay, UFO proxy to save the RTA.
And there it goes. So we're sub 320 east side.
Yeah, it's RTA still.
England.
Oh. I missed the 2 gym and
This is so sad.
it really is. Yeah, practice your speed games. W me. So
World
Don't be
record holder
lazy.
goes over 20 minutes over his PB.
the funny thing is I did a practice one before this and it was actually a lot better. So I'm actually not sure what happened.
An idea.
What's that?
You bad. There you go.
Alright, sub 322. Let's go.
Hopefully.
I should have put my estimate as like 4 hours.
Yeah, just right.
I don't know how Your best chance to defeat her is to borrow my flying saucer. I've cast some spells on it to give it extra firepower and unlimited flying time, but the rest is gonna be up to you. You've come this far, Spyro. I know you can beat her.
So a trick that could have happened right there is called UFO proxy. And I mean, it's what it sounds like. You proxy from the UFO. And you can get right onto the sorceress with her. You can flame and then head bash, and it kills her immediately.
Underestimate. GG.
Oh, I
GG.
guess it's gonna stop. I even have control over this. There. Sorry.
Oops, I shouldn't have left the level. It would have been faster to do this.
GG, Nerf.
Thanks, man. I tried.
It was
really
fast.
hard.
It was very fast.
Yeah, okay. Watch the right side, the castle, and watch for the frog that jumps down. Oh, wait, no, I'm gonna get cutscene first. Duplicitous last in this earth sign. Okay. After the credits cheat. Okay, now watch the right side for the frog. Frog's gonna jump down off the castle, and it's gonna be really cool. Here we go. You see it? You were too slow, huh? Alright, let's give you another chance. I can put the code in. It's like right in front of you, but to the right. It happens instantly. So get ready. It's as soon as it fades in. See it?
Wanna know a fun fact? We have 117 viewers right now. How about that?
This is 118 for me, but close enough.
It just changed just enough.
Okay, you can cut us off. Voice.
I get go away.
Bye.
Goodbye.